What a kind of crazy intro. Good, numbing, and I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. Stop thinking it. At the end of Atelier Escha, I said, "Oh, I'm really excited for Escha and Logy, but I won't get to it straight away because I want to do Death End Request 2 first. You know, get that ready before Code Z's out early next year. So it'll be after that." But additionally, I've only got a couple streams left before Experiment Week, and then I'm also taking a small amount of time off afterwards. So I don't want to do anything big on this side of it, because I know it won't be finished. And yet here we are, playing Atelier Escha and Logy. Literally, after I put Ayesha down, the only thing that was on my mind was firing up this game. It has been constantly just like, no, I actually want to play this game. Like, I really want to play this game. Oh, shit. You know, like, it kind of, eventually it reached a point where I was like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to have to accept it's happening. Try that. I don't, when I first loaded it up, everything was at max, and it was deafening. I'll do that. But yeah, for those who missed it, I really enjoyed Atelier Ayesha, so I've been very curious about the one that, as far as I'm aware, is the most popular of the trilogy, Escha and Logy. People seem to really like this game a lot. It's the one that people always talk about anytime the Dusk trilogy is brought up among, like, my peers. It's always the one that seems to be the most prominently mentioned and most prominently enjoyed, so I'm really curious to see what makes it so special. But that being said, just make sure everything's all tickety-boo. Let's dive straight in. Please select your character. I'm going to play as a boy. No, we're not going to play as Logix. A young alchemist trained in the latest alchemical techniques who has made his way to the frontier regions. He is pursuing his lifelong dreams whilst contending with the hardships of life on the frontier. An Escha Mela, or Malir, a young alchemist who utilizes traditional alchemical techniques passed down from her mother. An energetic rookie, she does her best to help others using her alchemy skills. We're absolutely going to play as Escha. Like, come on, it's Atelier. I love how, like, all of the tracks I've heard of this game already are all piano themed. Like, I feel I'm gonna like this OST. Because there's 2 piano tracks on the title screen, depending on whether you have to press any button or whether you're on the menu. There was a track specifically for the options menu, and now this one, all 4 of them have got piano in it. I'm going to assume that's Escha's mother. There was a divide between friends, and she's the one on the right with the apple trying to correct it. What a charming little picture book. Oh, here she is. Oh no, it was these 2. Because yeah, that is the unless it's like descendants. You haven't forgotten anything, have you, Escha? Stop worrying! I was super careful when I was packing. You push yourself too hard sometimes. That's not true. Oh, I love the tail. I'll be fine. Well then, I'm off. I'm just concerned. I mean, you becoming a government official is just... She just left. She was just like, I'm out of here. You worry too much. You treat me like a child no matter how old I get. Oh no, look at the time! Oh, I can't be late for my first day! This is gonna do the intro bit there. Yeah, my name is Escha Logy. I was born and raised on an apple orchard here in Backseat, a small outpost town. My skills are alchemy, which my mother taught me when I was really young. I'm only a beginner though. Still, now I'm the only person in town who can do any alchemy at all. That's why I'm helping the town government in order to earn a little money. There's the homunculus. And they decided to take me on as an official member of the civil service, starting today! I still have a lot to learn, but I'm going to do my best for this town. Quite of a whiplash from Ayesha. I'm just a little apothecary trying to find my sister to the next game. I am a government official. Oh, there you are, Escha. Ah, Marion! And then we get the most fun part about going through any saga, seeing how characters age up as it goes on. Hello, Marion. Looking graceful and elegant and beautiful. Oh, where's Linka? Where's my warrior? Oh, Miss Marion! I hope I'll be able to live up to your expectations. Oh, don't worry. Just keep doing what you've been doing for us. Would you mind letting me do the speaking? I don't want the rules of order to break down out here. Colin Grumman. Sorry, Branch Manager Grumman. Now. There's no need to be too formal. You can keep calling me Coland or Manager if you need to. Yes, thank you, Manager. Now, starting today, you'll be an official member of the Frontier Special Investigation Bureau. The FSIB. The FSIB. That doesn't really roll off the tongue. As you're aware, we are quite short-handed. Since you already know how we work, it'll be great having you here. I see. Well, I'm not sure if I've been all that helpful in the past, but... Don't be so modest. We brought you on board precisely because we feel you are necessary. But unlike before, you will have much more responsibility. I hope you're up to the task. That said, now that you're an official for Backseat, we need you to put forth all your efforts for the town's sake. Oh, of course! Good. We are not too strict about divisions and assignments, so we'll end this meeting here. Marion? Understood. Shall we go, Escha? I'm sure you already know where R&D is, but I'll show you just in case. Yes! Well then, Mr. Manager, if you'll excuse me. Well, hopefully this will solve our staffing problem at R&D. I'll leave the rest to Marion. Still, 2 alchemists. Oh yeah, this is definitely Marion's office. You can tell by all the stacked paperwork that she hasn't sorted out yet. For some things never change, eh? Welcome to the R&D branch. Well, I know you've already been here in the past, but since you've helped us before... Well, you always seem so busy, Marion. I suppose you're right. But you're not an outsider anymore, you know? So I'm really gonna start cracking the whip. Yes, ma'am. Where should I start? About that, you're actually not the only new kid we have today. I'm really sorry, but would you mind waiting a bit till he arrives? He should be here any second. Huh? Who? Excuse me. Is this the R&D division? Oh, there you are. We were waiting for you. I'm the research lead around here, Marion Quinn. It's a pleasure to meet you. Marion, who's this? Like I was saying, he's your other new member joining the R&D team. Now, why don't you introduce yourself, Escha? I'm Escha Malia. My name is Logix Fisario. I'm still not entirely sure how you do things around here, so I hope you'll show me around. Hey, Logix. I look forward to working with you, Mr. Logix. As do I. I like how the subtitles already changed it to Logy. It's like, you're not calling him Logix. Oh, you kids. That was a stiff introduction. Relax a little. You'll be working together a lot. Yes, I suppose you're right. I'll do my best. Sorry. By the way, ma'am, where is the rest of the team? There's technically one more member, but because of a mission, I'm afraid we're all we have today. Is this normal? This seems rather small for a team. It is quite small. In fact, we shouldn't even be operating, considering how short-handed we are. Now that you mention it, when I helped you out before, you didn't have many members either. Why is that? Truth is, R&D has always been understaffed and unable to operate, and that led to poor marks from above. When I was put in charge, the entire department was all but disbanded. So then transferring you here really didn't solve any problems, did it? Absolutely not, that father of mine. I'll give you a promotion, my foot. He stuck me in middle management, so I have to do paperwork all day. And there's no such thing as overtime. Sounds like you've been through quite a bit. But all that ends today. Now I have two brilliant underlings. And both of you are alchemists. Now nobody can tell me my R&D department's just a bunch of dropouts. You mean you're an alchemist too, Logix? What a coincidence. There's so much about alchemy that I never learned. It would be amazing if you could teach me. I see. Well, I'll do my best. But I'm not sure that I know enough to teach others either. Still, it's uncommon to hire two alchemists at the same time. I know, right? That's what I expected on the application, but I never expected my request to come through. I see. So that's what happened. At any rate, I'm going to put the both of you on right to work. You're going to help me raise our ratings and make people realize that we're the best our division has to offer. I'll do my best. Understood. So I have to work with a boy now? He looks really capable, but I'm a little nervous. So I can insert the friends bit. I have to live with a boy! Oh, I know that voice. Hello, I've returned. Hey, Linka. Oh, wow. I love the new dress. Oh, welcome back, Linka. Well, isn't this perfect timing? You remember Escha, right, Linka? Let me introduce you to Logy. He's one of the alchemists joining us today. I've heard about you. This is Linka. I suppose she would be your senior here. Oh, she's the one you said was out on a mission. Yes. She has a lot of assignments to keep the monsters at bay. In fact, your next deployment's been decided. She might be a little rough around the edges, but she knows how to swing a sword. Feel free to ask her for help. It's good to meet you, Escha, Logy. Let's do our best, yes? It's nice to meet you as well, Linka. Oh, right. Well, it's time for your first job. But before that, Logy, you don't really know much about Coal Seat, right? Only what was in the file. I tried to find out as much as I could. Well, Escha grew up here. so she knows all about the town. If you're ever confused or lost, go and ask her. Got it, I'll do my best. So for your first job, we've got a request to fix the windmill down at the apple orchard. The windmill? I know you mentioned it, I heard that there were some problems with it. I already sent someone from maintenance to figure out what's wrong. But I'd like the two of you to find out what's going on down there. Show Logy around town while you're at it. Show him around. Yeah, I understand. I'll be fine. Thank you very much, ma'am, for your consideration. Don't mention it. You two better get going. You two'd better get to know each other, because you're going to be doing a lot of work together. If you have any questions, come find me or Linka. Huh? What do you mean, huh? It's our job as seniors to help teach the newcomers. So I like the double stack of the exclamation into question mark, because it's, what do you mean, huh? But that's also her question. So sorry, but with all the missions outside, I really don't know the town that well myself. Oh my goodness. Well, you make sure you're able to answer any questions these two have, got it? Understood. Well then, we'll be counting on you, Linka. I will do my best. You two never change, do you? But Linka does go out a lot, and I'd love to hear more of her stories. I wonder if this game's going to do the CGI intros for like new areas like Ayesha did, or whether that was just an Ayesha thing and they start moving away from it. Because I liked that little thing, it just added like an extra charm to it. Well then, shall we be going? Sure, but what should I show you first? Mr. Logix. You can just call me Logy. I'm not used to being addressed so formally. Okay, Logy, is there anything you'd like to see? Well, I saw a large ranch on the way here. I was curious what that was. Oh, that's an apple orchard. My parents' house is actually an orchard too. Colseas has a lot of orchids. Our town specializes in producing apples, you know, and they're delicious. I see. Perhaps I should try one later. If your parents run an orchard, why did you become a government worker? Wouldn't you inherit the farm? I thought about that too, but since I can use alchemy, I thought I should be putting my skills to use. And I want to use my alchemy to help as many people as I can. And my father actually agreed. I see. That's a nice story. It's also like the polar opposite of like Risers, because like they're both farmer girls, but farmer girls that picked up alchemy. But Escha, her parents were like super approving, and she went and got to do alchemy. Riser, I think her parents still don't like the fact that she does alchemy. They've just accepted that she does it now. I admit, but in Riser 1, they were especially like, no, you're not doing this. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm just a little nervous right now. Sorry, so am I. I'm just not used to situations like these. How about we keep on going? Show me the way, Escha. You got it. Let's head over to one of the apple orchards. They're right on the outskirts of town. Oh, they cleaned up this menu a lot from Ayesha. Yeah, this feels a lot cleaner. That's like the only way to put it. Level 1, oof. Oh yeah, that makes... That's pretty standard. He's got more stats, but she's got more elemental. Well, so she's more well-rounded in elemental, and she's got more MP, but Logy's more of like the brick house. Logy, are you gonna be my knight, or is this gonna be... You're gonna get swapped out? Oh, okay, they've gone back to 5 pages, not 10. Because they don't have battle. Yeah, so they have equipment and ingredients and stuff, but they don't have battle and heal. And they don't have notes. Well, so, and they don't have flyers as well, but also that might just be because that's not a thing in this game, we don't know. Oh, left 119. Is that before, like, the evaluation? The view from here is amazing. It's my favourite place. Oh, I'd love to be able to spin the camera and find out for myself. Apparently the R&D division got 2 new alchemists to join them. I heard, I'm jealous. Our division's short on people too. Well, it's still good at the branch as a whole. Let's hope they do well. Okay, yep. It was like, yep, we were way before they actually had like a sprint animation. So the like this run fast animation is just the same animation but sped up. Oh, I like this town theme. Very cozy. Why is that tree like covered in rocks? The tree that they were just walking towards. Oh, right, here we are. This is one of Kossel's prides and joys, the apple orchards. Thanks, Escha. I know a lot more about the town now. Oh, it's nothing. If there's anything else you want to know, feel free to ask me. Why is this tree being held up? This is a beautiful tree. Is it an apple tree too? Yeah, supposedly it's the oldest tree here. Actually, this is the area that my family manages. Hey Escha, what are you doing here? Awin Sidelet. Huh? Brother, I should be asking you that. What about your work? Why do they have different last names? Is this an adopted family? I'm doing it. Apparently this windmill's been having some issues, so I'm here to do a little checkup. And you are... Nice to meet you. My name's Logy. I've been assigned to the R&D department starting today. Oh, the new kid from the city. Marion told me about you. I'm Arwin. Escha and I are cousins, actually. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Cousins? So she called you brother just now. We're really close. He's an engineer who knows just about everything there is to know about airships. I see, an engineer. Well, my pleasure. Oh, don't be so nervous. We're about the same age, aren't we? I see. Well, I guess I'll work on that, Ewan. Well, it's a pleasure for me too. Don't be shy around asking questions here either. But brother, you sure know how to get people... you sure get to know people real fast, huh? We're going to be working together a lot. No need to be such strangers, huh? I guess you have a point. But why do I feel like I'm lost here? Do you? That's not like you. Hope you do a little better in your lessons. What lessons? I haven't heard anything about that. It's nothing too difficult. Marion told me to show the kids the ropes. So I guess that makes me something like your instructor now. Start looking forward to it. You're an airship engineer, but you repair windmills and tech as well. That's quite a handful. Well, engineering is just a part of what I do. In all honesty, I'm more of a jack of all trades. So what exactly should we be doing? Yeah, about that. Do you think you could help me find someone named Clone? I need to check some things on that windmill, and she just went and disappeared. Miss Clone. Does she work for the branch? Clone manages the apple orchard, and she means a lot to me too. I should really introduce you to her, Logy. Does looking for people count as our lessons? I wouldn't think so. Oh, yeah, no, I guess it doesn't. Think of it more as a prerequisite to the class. Anyway, Marion will fill you in with the details. First, we should really find Clone. Got it. It's really strange for her to leave the orchid, though. Maybe she went shopping in the square. It's a barrel! Yay! Escha, how's work going? Oh, bye, Escha. It's like, oh, how's work going? She immediately turns and starts running. Oh, well. Escha, are you here to pick up apples too? Oh, you can just run straight over this, huh? To Apple House. Something in here. That looks like a blacksmith's. So this is the town square. I'll go check the depot and check in with my boss. Okay, if we find Clone, we'll head over to the depot to meet you. Thanks. You know, for a town on the frontier, this place is actually quite developed. It has a proper depot. This is the stop for airships, after all. Merchants use this depot to transport their goods, too. Gotcha, so this clone person, what's she like? Let's see, she's very unique and not human. I have no idea what you're talking about. You'll understand as soon as you meet her, but where could she be? Hey, Escha, you running some errands? Duke Burial. Oh, hello, Mr. Duke. What an energetic little scamp you are. I'd better step up my game too. Oh, and who might this young fella be? Oh, hello, I'm Logy. I'm working at a local branch starting today. You don't say. The name's Duke. I run a bar right over there. Hey, now I see you up close, you're a handsome one, aren't you? I was looking myself back in the day. I had a massive sword in one hand, taking down dragons left and right. Oh, the adventures. Oh, and the ladies. I see. Oh, there, was I interrupting something? Interrupting? No, that's not true at all. Aren't you about to open up shop now? Something like that. Now, what brings you young'uns to this part of town? Oh, right, have you seen Clone anywhere? We're looking for her right now. Clone? Oh, can't say I have. Is it urgent? I don't believe it's an emergency, but any information you could tell us would help. Well, if you don't find her at the orchard, then odds are she went to the depot to drop off her apples. Oh, you're right. She doesn't necessarily have to be shopping there. Of course, I don't have any evidence one way or another. I hope you find her soon, though. Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Duke. Sure thing. Say, after you've taken care of business, why not stop in for a quick drink? First one's on the house. Welcome. With the Sophie emotes. That sounds great, we'd love to. Better not be playing as a dude. Why would I, in any sense of the word, play an Atelier game as a dude? I'm Escha. If Clone went to the depot, then perhaps she already ran into Awin. You have a point, let's go find out. Duke mainly sells ingredients for cooking. When you finish an assignment, stop by his bar. Oh, we have some things to take care of right now. Maybe we can visit Mr. Duke later. Yeah, you got a point. The balloon docks. You know, like, in a weird way, town entrance, this town kind of reminds me of, like, a hub world-esque town in Kingdom Hearts. Like, it kind of reminds me of Traverse Town, but it also kind of reminds me of, like, KH2 Hollow Bastion. I'm playing Code Z, so it's so long. Nah, no worries, dude. We've really only just started, really. We're just kind of exploring the opening town. So, Escha works at a town now, huh? It was like only yesterday she was just a child. Now look at her. No kidding. It took me forever for you to start treating me like a real man. Hello, Mr. Heinzman. Oh, speak of the devil, I heard the good news, Escha. Yeah, we're still new and might need your help down the line, but I'm glad to say hi to you again. Yeah, our general premise is that both Escha and Logy have been hired into the R&D division of like a government branch. Escha is local to the town, Logy isn't, which is why this is like her excuse to get to know both of them, because Escha's showing Logy around town, now they're colleagues. Oh, let me introduce you. This is Heisman, the best engineer I know here in town. My name is Logy. I've been assigned to the R&D division. Pleased to meet you. Oh, you must be the other kid starting the same time as Escha. It's good to get some young blood around here. Why don't you join me instead? I'm sure I could turn you into a fine mechanic with no formal training. Oh, it's Eka. Well, as in like Eka Arts. That would be very fitting, because she does kind of look like an art piece in terms of like all the colours and aesthetics sort of things, that she'd be a play on words for like a form of artwork. Eska. But yeah, that sounds a lot like it's playing off Eka Arts. Boss, maybe you shouldn't be sniping team members from Marion. You're gonna get it later on. Also, yeah, our other colleagues, our boss is Marion, and our only other colleague is Linka, so, like, we're in business. The young lady who's chronically understaffed, huh? Yeah, I better steer clear as the saying goes. Jokes aside, glad to meet the two of you kids. Glad to meet you too. Do you mind if I ask, how can this town support such a large depot? But if it's played more on, like, Escha, then it should have stayed as Escha. But if it's pronounced more Eka or Eska, then that plays more of that side. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, either way, they're going for like paint theming names. I get it. Or artist themed names. Glad to meet you too, Lost Depot. I heard that shops and businesses attract a lot of people, but still, it seems very well maintained. Oh, you see, that's because of the unexplored ruins. Ruins? Oh, now you mention it, there was a mention of ruins in the documents. What are they? Well, they're ruins, idiot. Floating in the sky not too far from here. People getting to call them the unexplored ruins. The town was first built as a hub for sending researchers to the ruins, so it has been explored. Then why the fuck is it called unexplored ruins? Logy, don't ask questions. You're not prepared for the answer to. So these floating ruins are confirmed to exist, but no one's been there? Why not use airships? That's the thing, we can't. The airstream, they're so turbulent, it's impossible to approach them. Oh, okay. As that one guy in the History Channel, that doesn't really narrow it down. Not really that, but there's rubble floating in the air. You get caught up by that, kiss your ship, bye-bye. I see, so no one's actually gone into them. This is the first I've heard of ruins like that. Isn't it strange? Ever since I was a child, it's been one of my dreams to visit those ruins. I mean, I get it, if there's a giant rock floating in the sky... No. If there's a giant rock floating in the sky and it looks like there's temples and shit on it, you're gonna be like, wow, no one's gone up there? Huh. Doesn't the fact that no one's ever explored them before just make you want to do it even more? I suppose so, but if airships can't get you there, it'd be quite difficult. Yeah, I guess you have a point. What are you talking about? Reaching the unexplored ruins is a dream everyone in Coal Seat shares. It's true. Now you're a government official here. You better remember stuff like this. I see. Alright, I'll try to remember. But the fact that we can't get there is what makes the story such a fairy tale. Now, you kids have still got work to do, right? Get to it. By the way, have you two found Clone yet? No. We thought we might find it here at the depot, but I guess not. Yeah, we mentioned it before. It doesn't make any sense for the Escha and Logy Mysterious to be the same Escha and Logy in this, considering this is when the two of them first meet, and, you know, Logy's like the same age here as he is in the Mysterious one. Meanwhile, Escha's like half the age, and lives in a different city, when in that they've already established that Escha's lived here her entire life, and she's never left, in this, like, cozy little village area. It's a different. It's the whole Sid effect from Final Fantasy, where it's different characters, but it's referential names. But they're absolutely not the same two people. I think it's just because, as far as I'm aware, this was the most popular Atelier game prior to the Mysterious series, so they just kind of gave it a little wink in Furus. Which also would make sense, so if you're going to give any game a wink, the second game of the Mysterious giving a wink to the second game of the previous saga. That's like if Riser 2 had a Furus reference in it. But that's all it is as far as I'm aware. Because obviously she's not like, I forget the name of that city. That like almost looks like Athens, Greece, pure white seaside town. Where you spend like 100 fucking days in it in Furious trying to build a way to cross the bridge. Because of that whirlpool in the water. Oh, I don't remember if there was one in Sophie 1. But then again, Sophie 1 was also the very first Atelier I played, so I was more focused on trying to get used to all the antics of an Atelier game. Oh yeah, Sophie did have Logy. True, Sophie did have Logy because that was the blacksmith that I visited like 4 times all game because I had no idea how to make weapons properly. I said, I always think it'll be fun if I ever go back to the Mysterious Saga like way later on to revisit them, now having the knowledge I do. I think it genuinely be really interesting to, now with the knowledge I have, to see how different I handle and approach it all. We thought we might find her at the depot, but I guess not. It's hard to think that we missed her along the way. Do you think she could be back at the branch office? Why would Clone be there? I suppose it's not impossible, but let's go take a look then. Good idea. I need to talk to Marion anyway, so I'll walk with you. Balloons are so cool, I wish I could ride in one. Oh, just, you're on your own, kid. Or shaded in anything? Well, I haven't got to that game yet, but this gives me, like... I think it's just because the music's kind of, like, soft and homely feeling as well, but this gives me, like, huge, like, Traverse Town vibes. Just unlike Traverse Town, I'm not lost. We're at the town entrance. The only other path leads to the local branch. Are you sure she's in town? I really don't think she'd leave. There's quite a few monsters outside. Oh, I'm guessing this is Clone. My oh my. Is something the matter, Escha? What are you doing here? Hey, let me actually just hear this pronunciation. Oh, she said, yeah, she just says Iska. That's so weird. I'm probably gonna stick with Escha, but it's like with fucking Leonie and how I called her Leanne. Like, I have to just kind of adjust and get a feel for it. What about that sea town? Oh, yeah, that kind of reminds me of shit. That I can kind of see it being related to other stuff. That one kind of reminded me more of that fucking city you go to find Luna Freya in FF15. I forget the name of it because it's been so long since I played FF15. Hey, clone. There you are! We were looking all over for you! Me? Did I forget something? That's not what I meant. Awen was looking for you, clone. The fact that her name is Clone, is it one of those, like... My name wrong twice, yeah. Is it one of those, things where, like, it's on the nose, like she literally is a clone? Or is it just that it's her name? Well, Leonie is what we stuck with, because it was just Leonie is, like, annoying. Yeah, I got it. I finished the maintenance on the windmill, so I wanted to let you know. Is that so? Well, please forgive me for leaving. I expected it to take more time. That is why I came here, to see how Escha was doing at the branch. We appear to have missed one another. I see, that makes a lot of sense. I'd be pretty worried about Escha working for the state too. You two always treat me like a little kid. How old are you, Escha, canonically? You're 15. You are a little kid. Shut the fuck up. I just googled it. Is this Miss Clone? Oh, sorry for not introducing myself. I am Clone, and I manage the Coal Slate's apple orchards. Pardon me, but may I have your name? Oh, it's a pleasure. My name's Logy. I have been assigned to R&D as well. I look forward to working with you. Oh, is that so? I was unaware. I apologize. Oh, right. So it's kind of like a pun almost in her name because of, you know... Yeah, okay. Eska... They're trying to say Eska lacks worldly knowledge. I'm sure she may cause you trouble, but please take care of her. Yeah, I'll do my best. Stop that, Clone! You're embarrassing me! So, how is the windmill? Is the problem something that can be resolved easily? Well, it still works, but barely. There's only so much we can do without asking for some new parts. I see. That will be your first task then. Eska, I will leave this to yours and Marion's hands. Huh? What do you mean? Oh, nothing. Well then, best of luck to you. And off she fucks. Oh, she acts like your mother, Eska. You two seem really close. Yeah, I suppose you're right. In a way, Clone raised me. Hmm? What do you... Eska lost her mother at a very young age. Is it Clone or not Clone? I waited, because when I first saw it, like in the subtitles, I was like, there's no way that's actually Clone. And then I heard the blah 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 Clone, and I was like, oh no, it is. Like, I waited for the voice acting to catch up to it. So Clone, who was a good friend of her mother, looked after Eska. Oh, that's kind of sweet. I didn't know that. I'm sorry. Don't worry about it. It was a long time ago. Anyway. Besides, don't you know how it works with Atelier protagonists? We either have terrible parents or we don't have parents. That's the only way it ever fucking goes. So, what should I do now, brother? Oh, yes. Now that we have Clone's approval for repair, we can put in a formal request to Marion. Okay, got blindsided by fears. Got it. Now I really am a government official. Huh, I have to do my very best. I'm still waiting for, like, Yumiya to come out, and then, like, we fire it up and we find out it's pronounced different. Because it feels like that's, like, the oldest trick in the book. That's been a constant thing with Atelier, is that they will give you a name of a character, and you're like, oh, that absolutely is spelt and pronounced Sue. And then they go, oh, I'm Suli. You're like, fucking... Totally lost lol, yeah. So I'm waiting for it to be like, oh no, my name's not Yumiya, it's like Yumi or some shit. I'm just like, the A is silent. Or like the I is silent, it's Yuma. Oh, can I just nab water from here? Awesome. Going out of town, make sure you're fully prepared. There's some strong monsters even in the nearby forests. Oh, and this is back up to the hall. Okay. Marion, I did a lap around the town. Am I good now? Oh, it's also here, and it's actually Sophie. Yeah. I would have been annoyed if Sophie wasn't pronounced Sophie, considering I know 4 fucking Sophies. I'd have been like, you're all liars. You can So I have Sophie, my sister. I have Sophie, one of my closest friends. And I have 2 Sophies I knew from college. Technically 5, because my sociology teacher was also called Sophie, now that I think about it. Oh, fuck. Technically 6, actually. Hang on. Because now I think about it, one of my colleagues at work, her 1-year-old daughter is called Sophie. Hang on. Yeah, Marion's our boss. Oh, you're just getting back? Well, how was the town? Okay, so my sister is Sophie Jane. Well, because technically, it's my sister. Technically, her name isn't Sophie. It's double-barreled. It's Sophie Jane. In the same vein, my mum is Samantha Jane, and my grandma is Rosemary Jane. And my now niece is Darcy Jane. It's a family tradition. The first girl is always something Jane. Unfortunately, none of the Sophies I know are redheads. My sister's blonde, my bestie's brunette. The 2 I know at college, one's hair was like... Technically it was just super dark brown, but it was basically black. And the other, she had it dyed, so I'm not actually sure. Because she had like blonde streaks in it. I'm not sure if the blonde was the natural and the brown wasn't, or if the brown was natural and the blonde was. So my baby niece might end up a redhead because Ali, my brother-in-law or my sister's husband, is ginger. So we'll have to fucking see on that one. When I saw her the other day, her hair was more brown. So I'm like, stay that way, stay that way, stay that way. MGP video. Oh, fair enough. Getting back. Well, how was the town? We explored a lot and talked to lots of people. I think I have a good idea what's around the town now. Well, that's good to hear. By the way, what happened to the windmill? I think it's pretty close to breaking down completely. It's going to need a lot of new parts. Despite that, I don't think it'll be hard, and since it involves yogurt, it's perfect for Escha. True. Well then, why don't we use this as a learning opportunity? That's right, I haven't shown you 2 to your atelier, have I? Since we have a few minutes, why don't you take a quick look? You'll be spending a lot of time there. I'm going to speak with Awin about the other outstanding tasks. You're right, I completely forgot about that. Yeah, it would be a good idea to see it out there, since we will be doing all our work there. Well, this way, follow me. Here we are, and the key... Is it just in the back of the office? It's not even like our own place, it's just in like a back room of the R&D office? Okay. Hey, did R&D ever have an atelier before? This is the first time I've heard of you having one. Actually, we put it together in a spare room, fucking knew it. But we need it, since now we have 2 alchemists. Ah, there we go. Make sure you have everything you need in there. When you're done, come back and see me. Of course, I wonder what it looks like. Trophy unlocked, an atelier for 2. Escha and Logy's new life begins. Trophy description. Oh, she's okay. I get it. I'm gonna go back to calling her Escha because Escha sounds so annoying on like for my dialect to say. But she's got that fucking Judy energy. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, fucking, the first Gramnid protagonist, Judy, like, her face is permanently :D. Like, her face is constantly super, super happy wide mouth. Wearing the same JPVA as, IF from Net. Oh, Fez. Oh, this is going to be our atelier now? So this is our workspace now. It's got a sofa, and a desk, and a cauldron for alchemy. Well, it wouldn't be much of an atelier if it didn't have a cauldron, Escha. A cauldron? Why is something so dated doing here? Yeah. Look at it sideways. It's 2 eyes and like a really, really happy open mouth. And that's like Judy's permanent expression in Atelier Judy. She's just super fucking ecstatically happy about everything. And it made her really charming. And I love that they completely embraced that in Nelke. Every time you see her, she's exactly the same. Well, there's one. It's an atelier. Oh man, this is gonna be a blast! I can't believe such old methods are still in use. Why do you keep on saying it like it's old? What new fucking dangled methods do you have, Logy? And he's like, oh, I just pull out and he just whips out a supercomputer. No idea how to synthesize using a cauldron. Huh? Logy, you are an alchemist, aren't you? I am, but how should I explain this? In the central city, we don't do things with a cauldron anymore. You don't? I thought this was normal, but there are other ways to do it too? Normally, we have specific equipment for each process. I wasn't expecting this. Are you saying it's all automated? Oh, God. Is it all automated where you are, Logy, because you're a fucking city boy? And you've never done a day of labor in your life? That means you can't perform your alchemy here. Yeah, we have a tent. Not right away, at least. This isn't good. I know next to nothing about cauldrons. Oh, no. I was going to learn a lot from you, too. I guess we don't have a choice. I'll be taking care of the synthesizing, okay? Well, there are two of us here, after all. We should split the work. But you have no idea how to do it, right? Isn't this our best option? Sorry, I'm gonna have to learn how to use this tool, though. Please teach me. In exchange, I'll support you any way I can. The methods may change, but the materials don't. Oh! Then, can you teach me what you need to mix to make certain things? I only know very simple alchemy. Then why don't you handle the synthesizing in the beginning, and I handle everything else? Got it! If we work together, I'm sure we can make all sorts of amazing stuff. Scaling the amethyst. Yeah, no, it's not mysterious. Let's be more precise about this. It isn't the mysterious saga at large that wrote it. It's fucking Sophie. Because Sophie goes from like, oh, like a pretty subpar alchemist, or even within that game, making shit to stop NFTs, and then he goes to Furus, and she can just make portable homes whenever the fuck she wants. And it's just like, alright. And then he goes to Lydian Suli, and like she's the one that single-handedly stops dragons by just making the right bomb. And you're just like, okay, maybe she got a little too powerful. I get it, because you'd spent a whole, like, by that point she was like 25, 26, like she'd had like a whole decade of being like an alchemical master. And so she just like any master who's like still thirsting for knowledge, she just kept on finding new things and studying new things and getting more powerful. But the moment you take a step back, you're like, hey, Sophie's kind of like a threat. If she ever like went crazy, like if Plashta ever turned her down her hand in marriage and she lost her mind and went crazy and started causing destruction, nothing could stop her. She would just end the world. There's no point in complaining about the facility. I need to figure out what it is I can do. Would you like to go over the Atlas functions? Fucking sure, I'll bite. Yeah, she did invent Battle Mix, but she's not the only one that uses it. Keep in mind, you could use... Like, once you had a hold of Battle Mix, you could kind of expand it a lot. And I imagine good old Sophie, just like, she saw Suli, so like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, you're just kind of making random on-the-fly combinations? Oh, you can do that. Whips out her pen and notepad. Wait, what are you doing? Oh, nothing. I know how to do this now. Closes the book. I mean, technically they outrank her, but it's the biggest bullshit because in Furus it's like, oh, Sophie's going to be an alchemical master as well, and she's going for the exam. You're like, what the fuck do you mean she isn't already? It's been 5 years. And then you go to Lydian Suli and it's like, oh, we're going to make an S-rank Atelier. And it's like, oh yeah, Sophie's only like a B rank or whatever it was. And it's just like, shut the fuck up. It's like, no, in my headcanon, it's more that she was too busy doing other shit that she didn't care about fucking like stats and names and titles. Because realistically, she should have been a master alchemist, like, within the months of Atelier Sophie 2 happening. If not just before Sophie 2. Because Sophie 2 was like, what, 2 or 3 years? She was like 18, 19 in Sophie 2, like, so 2 or 3 years after Sophie 1. Like, she should have been a master by then. Yeah, she should have been one of the judges. Yeah, that would have made more logical sense. Like, I find it hard to believe, unless I go with the headcanon, that Sophie just wasn't fussed about titles, which, to be fair, considering how Sophie is, there's a good chance that is actually what it was. That she just really wasn't that fussed about titles, which is why her title was never that high. And probably getting Alchemy Master was more of an obligation that Plotchta probably forced her to do more than anything, if we're being real. Plotchta was probably like, look, if you're going to keep doing this, you need to actually get, like, license for this shit. You can't just keep on going around, like, blowing up Puny and traveling the world. You gotta actually, like, be licensed for this shit. Sophie... Well, she's not the final boss at all, if we're being real. She's the last fight of the exam if you master it, but then that's literally, as we found out, that's the end of the first half of the game. Once that happens and you get your first credit rolls, then you actually unlock the game. About half the map suddenly becomes more available. You get the access to make more tools, and you can start working towards whatever ending you want. And that took about, you know, as long as the whole exam half of that playthrough, remember rightly. I think it was like 4 or 5 sessions for the exam, and then 4 or 5 sessions before I found my ending. So it literally was like half the game. But I get what you're saying. It's like the end of the exam. Having the end of the exam be the pass of the torch. I mean, if you're good enough. We weren't, so we didn't fight her. But that's another reason why I'd love to go back through Mysterious at some point. Because if I went through Firis, now I know that we went through only like a half our time limit. I would absolutely spend more time exploring, gathering resources. I'd probably try and do all 5 of the tests instead of just 3, like the bare minimum 3 before pushing to the end. Like super grind out like electric bombs to like turnstile, and then go fight, and then do the exam and try and fight Sophie sort of thing. Yeah, but the extra shit is the story still. It's still only the halfway point. The credits are just there to say, like, to pat you on the back and say, well done for doing the exam. You still have the other half of the game. It's not post-game. It's not post-game in the traditional sense, because you still get the proper credits once you get your ending afterwards. They're the epilogue. The epilogue's the same size as the rest of the game. It's the second half of the game. The epilogue is after you get that ending, because that's when you start unlocking super bosses. Legit, like, it is not... Firis is not this 10-hour game. It's like a 22 to 24-hour game. Because after the first 10 hours, you unlock the game. They just give you, like, an end-of-chapter credits to, like, pat you on the back for doing well. It's why I'm glad I didn't just stop after the exam. Because if I'd stopped after the exam and gone straight to Lily and Sully, I would have missed over half of Firis. And in fact, I still know I missed a lot. When I got the Leonie ending, or Leonie, the sister ending, I hadn't been to many of the floating islands. I hadn't gone and explored the sea. I hadn't been back to the tornado. I hadn't done any of the shit in town. I hadn't spent any time doing Pamela's questline. Like, I still was missing probably a good, like, 25 to 30% of that game when I wrapped it up. And I always felt a little bad about that. I was just like, you know, I was still learning and I wanted to get a move on because I thought it'd get a little grindy. So I went on to Lily and Sully, which is also part of the reason why it's probably so low on my list. I know if I did it properly and did everything, I'd probably value it higher. Because Firis is an enjoyable game. It just has a rough first half. But you get what I mean, like... If I ever go back to the Mysterious Saga, which I'd like to do at some point just to kind of revisit it now I'm more experienced, I would knuckle down and do Firis properly. Now I know how it works, how it functions, and what you're expected to do with it, I would do it properly. I wouldn't just kind of like dance and kind of stumble my way through it the way I kind of did. I would have more of a focused approach to how I handle it. Like I said, I would try and do all 5 instead of just the bare minimum 3 tickets for the mastery. I would try and grind it out to make sure I'm ready to fight Sophie, like make the most of all the days building up to it. I would try and like proper lean into the post game and max out everything and try and get all the endings. I would try and fight some of the super bosses Like, I would try and unlock every area. You know what I mean? Like, I would proper, like, knuckle down on it and do everything I can. Because I know I missed a lot, and it genuinely is kind of gutting, because I know my opinion being so little on it is partly my fault. And I know if I'd stuck with it and, like, maxed it out, I don't know how much higher it would have gotten, but it probably would have been higher on my list than, you know, third from bottom. Like, I still think I would have preferred Sophie over it, easily, because Sophie was, like, I think your first Atelier is always going to be, like, one that you hold in a special place, and Sophie was fantastic. But I don't think Furious would be third from fucking last if I'd played, like, all of it through, you know? Maybe lightning bombs. Well, yeah, because the lightning bombs are, like, busted in the Mysterious games. Like, oh, you can just turnstall into turnstall into turnstall into turnstall, so they just never get a turn? Well, I guess I know what I'm doing. Like, come on. Anyway, let's do the intro. This is a diary. You can save, load, adjust options as volume and music. Oh, I doubt it because it's a part of like the Dusk Trilogy collection, but I want to see if this has Artonico music. That's going to be the thing every single time I play a Gust game moving forward, is seeing if they have Artonico music in the playlists. And I know why they don't always. It's because they share ownership with another company, so it depends on like licensing rights and shit, and depending on like the game's release, whether they can do it. So like around the time of like Arno Surge would have been able to get into it. And this is the alchemy cauldron for creating items. Is there a diary like in Ayesha, or is that just Ayesha? Or is this that's the pastime? This is a sofa. You can rest here to pass out time. Max of 10 days can be passed at once. Oh, so you can't just sleep for 2 months straight like I did in Ayesha. Never. I mean, technically, Riser 1's my first, but I just, like, Sophie 1 was the first one I finished. And, like, really, like, got into Atelier with properly. Because Riser 1, I got it the same reason everyone else did. It was a cute anime game that was getting promoted a lot. And I was like, yeah, this looks like a nice, like, soft, sweet little adventure. That would be nice to go. Hey, Verona. Next year, I haven't like really talked about it too much, but next year, one of the things I want to do is try and get a physical copy of every single Atelier game, but not like the cheat way. And I say cheat way, it's not like it's cheating in that sense. But like instead of buying like the Arlen Trilogy physical on PS4, I'd want to buy PS3, Verona, Totori, Maruru. So I have the actual like original physical boxes for them. Like I want to get Atelier Marie. I want to try and get the JP box for Ellie and you know, oh, I fucking forgot. I can never remember what the third game's called. After Ellie, but before Judy. But the third game, I'd get Judy and Virate. I have the Iris trilogy. I emulated Monica Mia 2 because Monica Mia 2 never got a British release or European release. But I would just track down like an American box, that's fine. But you know what I mean? Like, I'd love to have like a physical box of every single Atelier game, which I know is going to be a bit of a handle because at the end of next year there's going to be 27. I know the mobile game doesn't count, so 26 physical boxes, but that's still 26 fucking boxes. So I know the mobile game obviously doesn't have a physical box, so A25 I don't have to worry about, but A1 to 24 and then getting 26 and 27. And for Agrius too, fair. Bright's fair. But I want to be better about physical copies next year, but we'll see. But there's also a lot of things I want to try and get next year. Now it's officially been confirmed the Nintendo Switch 2, or whatever they call the next console, is going to be 110% completely backwards compatible with the Switch 1. They confirmed it on Twitter the other day. I'm absolutely going to pick up a Switch 2. I don't know if I'll pick it up day one, but I am absolutely going to pick up a Switch 2, because that's the whole Switch 1 library, but, you know, running better because it's stronger hardware. I'm absolutely going to pick it up. But we'll see. I also want to try and get a PC set up at some point, but that's money, so we'll see. So there's a lot of things. We'll just, like, it's very much a we'll see how it goes. What's this all of a sudden? This is my favorite thing that I make. How are you going to survive when we play Slay the Princess? Considering the point of the game. Are you just gonna be like on every single run? Because as far as I'm aware, like each run of Slay the Princess only takes like an hour to an hour and a half, so we will do several runs. Are you gonna be like the one voice in my head, adamant that we never kill her? Like every single run, it's like, hey, no, don't pick up the knife. Hey, don't like pick up the gun or whatever's in there. Don't shoot her. Hey, don't blow up the building she's in. Hey, how about don't do that? Hey, see that like gun on the shelf? Hey, why don't you just pick it up and throw it out the window? You're gonna be that person in my head all the way through the game. How about actually no, just don't go to the cabin. Don't go into the house she's in. Just turn away and walk away. That's gonna be you. I do have it like, I know like because like, well, obviously we'll see how we go and see how we feel, but I imagine since there's multiple runs, we've got to do at least one run where we obey the game, like just to see what happens. Like be like oh yes, this really untrustworthy narrator, I'm gonna do exactly what you say and then just go kill the princess and then see what happens. And then obviously we're gonna try and do a run where we resist the idea as much as humanly possible. And then depending on how much time we have and how long it takes, we'll do things in between as well. Like, because I know that the whole point of the game is every single little thing affects the next thing. The game is extremely reactionary. So like, from like one of the examples that I was given from one of my friends, they say it can be like, if you like and pick up a weapon and immediately slay the princess without talking to her, that will lead to one path. But if you stop and talk to her and then decide to kill her, it leads to a different path. But if you stop, talk to her a lot, and then doubt how trustworthy she is, it will lead to a different path when you go to fight her, because she will fight back. Because you've given her time to try and prepare a strategy to fight back against you. But if you don't even bring the weapon, you can still kill her, but that itself leads to a different route, because it becomes a lot more of a bloody brawl, because you don't have a weapon to just deal with her quickly. Like things like that. That's kind of the impression I got, that it's like everything you do, the game has a reaction to, including time wasting. So I'm like, oh fuck, okay. But like I said, each loop is like at most like an hour to an hour and a half, because the whole point is that you're supposed to keep on experiencing it and see what different ways it can go. And through the loops, I think you probably get more of an idea of what's actually going on in the background. So I think it'll be a good time. I said, of the 5 games for Experiment Week, it's probably the game I'm most looking forward to. That and Ender Lilies, which is why it's kind of like they're the first two. Like, we're doing Ender Lilies on Monday, and we're doing Slay the Princess on Tuesday next week, and it's just like, can you tell these are the two I'm the most looking forward to? That they're the first two I'm doing. Speaking of, I know I've mentioned before that it was like mostly set in stone. It's 100% set in stone now. Not only what games we're playing, but what order we're playing them. There's going to be an update video that will drop on Sunday that will detail it all. But the long story short, for those who aren't interested, or like don't want to watch the update video, which hopefully you do, because it did take me like 20 minutes to put together, it's going to be Ender Lilies on Monday, Slay the Princess on Tuesday, Witch Spring R on Wednesday, Blasphemous on Thursday, and then Thank Goodness You're Here on Friday. Because the idea is to try and break up the serious games a little bit. Because I know Ender Lilies and Slay the Princess are relatively serious. So then immediately going into Witch Spring R, you know, an Atelier-inspired game will help break it up a little bit. Blasphemous is not only super dark, it's religious. So you know how that one's going to be, like, sunshine and rainbows, not. So ending it with Thank Goodness You're Here, straight up a comedic adventure game, it's like, yeah, that would be a good way to kind of break it up a little bit. Oh yeah, I have just going to be staring at yapping, but what's new? Atelier is like my comfort zone. It's where I end up yapping the most, because I just get comfy. Well, we went together and also thought we should be friends. I see. No point being weird about it, I suppose. I should be more considerate myself. I may not know much about these methods, but I hope to do my best, too. I'm counting on you. Yeah, leave it to me. Thanks. I need to know how Escha's tail works, because if you look, it's not a tail, like it's not a real tail. It's a clip. It's clipped to her belt. You can see it. Yet it still waggles when she gets excited. Like, it still waggles when she gets excited. It still, like, flicks up every now and then. Like, how does it work? Like, is it attached to, like, a mood ring electronically, like, on her, or something? But I imagine that's a thing, when it's like Wi-Fi or something, and it's a mood ring, and because she's happy, it starts moving. That sounds like something the furries would come up with. Thanks. Now that you've seen our accommodations, how do we go back to Marion? We're finally going to use her Atelier. I'm so excited. Oh, it might just be the exact same list from Ayesha, to be fair, but let me at least have a look. Yeah, this is like it's gonna be the exact same list. Yep, tragic. Hopefully we'll get some Artonico reps eventually in later games, so I can point out how amazing and crazy the music is. Even if it's just all the instrumental tracks, like if they don't have all the songs, maybe I get that, because it like depends on the singer. Also, 8 boss battle themes. Fulcrum, Don't Panic, The Tiger, Dorothea, Don't Kill the Dragon, Worship Me, the Demon God, okay, Skya, Twilight, Colony, Collapse, Disorder, and Close to the Edge Part 2. What do you mean? What do you mean Close to the Edge Part 2? Like, you considered it and then you went back? Actually, no, that sounds kind of ominous. Oh, the normal battle theme's kind of nice. Also, jumped the gun a bit. I mentioned it in Ayesha. Although I haven't heard the track and I'm not going to listen to it, I know that's the final boss theme. I don't know why it's 7 and not 8, but no, I know that's the final boss theme. That's probably like a super boss theme then. But I know Colony Collapse Disorder is the final boss theme of the game. Anyway, let me actually... Oh, that's cute. Alright. Of course she has a bride dress, why wouldn't she? Oh, that swimsuit's kind of cute. Oh, what does Logy have? Oh, fuck yeah. Linka? Oh, she's only got one costume. Maybe we unlock more later on. Wilbell? Oh, Wilbell looks cute. We haven't met her properly yet, but she looks a bit older. Oh, Neo. Oh, Neo has another one. What the fuck's the administrator outfit? What the fuck is this? Neo! What is this? Is this like a crossover costume, or is this actually tied to the lore? Also, Neo all grown up. Let me save. Oh, and for potentially the last time, I'm going to start setting up multiple files. And the reason why I say that is because Shady doesn't have a time limit. So this might be the last time, assuming Res the Reina doesn't. At least this until like more Salberg games are remade. This might be the last time that that's a thing we have to worry about. You're back. What did you think of the new R&D Atelier? Well, it looks really good to me, but... But... Is there something wrong with it? Yeah, well, it's not the Atelier, it's the boy. Actually, there is one small problem. And that's it. What's this music? I'm sorry. I was under the impression that all alchemists need to do anything is a cauldron. Were you stereotyping us? I wasn't really sure what to get for you, but it seems you have more equipment in Central City. What should we do? At this rate, I'm going to be doing all this emphasizing on my own. I'll help her as much as I can, but it's true that she'll be doing most of the heavy lifting. There's nothing to be done now. For the time being, we have to work with what we have. I'm really sorry I couldn't be more helpful. No, it is my lack of preparation and knowledge that led to this mess. Do you think you, could make do for now? Also, I just realized our boss, you know, good old Marion, she's the smallest of the three here. Like, Escha's kind of on the smaller side, sure, and Logi's a lanky motherfucker, but like Marion is small. Please don't worry about it. Now that I'm an official worker here, I want to do everything I can. I'll have to think of new recipes that'll work with a cauldron. I suppose that's the first step. Why don't we get back on track now and talk about your duties with the R&D department? Why is this like camera angle structured like it's an Ireland cutscene? Like, I'm expecting it to be artwork. Since you'll be working for us now, there will be a lot for you to learn and keep in mind. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. At R&D, we operate and undertake tasks in 4-month intervals. 4 months, okay. So assuming this game takes place over 3 years, 9 tasks. You'll be giving new assignments in April, August, and December, and work on them to the full 4 months. During that time, you will have one major project and several smallers. Does priority go towards the larger or the smaller ones? You take a fucking guess, Logy. Alright, sorry for asking. Of course, the larger task is more important. In fact, failing to perform them earns you a poor rank. I'll be the one assigning these missions to you, so I would like you two to do as many as you can. If you complete smaller tasks than your quota, you'll be reflected on your monthly stipend. In other words, we must complete our main mission during the given time period or we fail. Oh, so this is a lot more traditional then. Just instead of 3 months, it's 4 months. Hey, when people told me this game has like the easiest time limit in the series, like right next to Furious, I wonder if that's why, because they give you 4 months instead of 3 months. That extra month probably ends up giving you a lot more time to worry about other things. I wonder if it'll get to the same point where, like, in Verona, a couple of the assignments I finished the day we got them. That's one way to put it, I suppose. Do you have any other questions? Question! Could you explain more about the stipend? It's basically money allocated to R&D from the branch's funds. You may earn some money from day-to-day activities, but the main income will be from this stipend. There is no doubt that your expeditions will cost money, so please use these funds wisely. So if we don't watch our finances, we risk not being able to do anything till the next month. Just like real life. Yeah, it would be really bad if we ran out of money halfway through an assignment. You're getting the idea. Don't waste your resources, and remember to check your account every month. Keep up with your assigned tasks, and you'll be able to use your stipend for a variety of things. And as members of R&D, do a good job and help increase our ratings. Yeah, leave it to us. See what I mean? You see how Escha's tail started flapping there? It's attached to her on a chain. How does it work? It must be like a mood ring sensor or something. We have to ensure that we complete our main assignment at the very least. Sure. This would be the space of a... Oh my god, is it like a bingo board? But like the middle piece, the free space, is actually just your main task. Assigned tasks will change every 4 months. The task in the center is the main. An icon represents the requirements for these tasks. The star to the right means it is done. Yep. Some task goals will change occasionally. The word new will appear as an updated task. The outermost task will not appear until conditions are met, though the completion rating can increase. Oh, okay, so the minor ones along the edge only come out when the main 9 are done. Got it. I mean, wasn't like Verona's like a bingo board as well? Like you filled in spots by doing tasks. The only questions I have, I'll give you your first task. Fix the Apple Orchard's windmill. Create new windmill parts with alchemy to replace the broken down machinery. Oh, is that the one to fix the windmill that Brother was talking about? Yes, I've made that your task for this time period. He said that the windmill is wearing down and some of its parts need to be replaced with new ones. So, we have to make these new parts using alchemy, and then someone else take care of the rest? That's right. We'll take it slow for now. Once you create the parts, bring them over to Clone. Bring it to Clone, got it! And don't forget to report to me once you finish something. Until you do, you won't be graded. The assignment isn't complete till we report back to you. Understood. Well, I guess that's about does it. Do you understand everything? I mean, if the devs already knew this would probably be the last one they're going to make with a time limit, making it back to basics for the last hurrah kind of makes sense. But this game is very, I guess, Verona-esque, in the sense of, like, it's just you have, like, so many months, go do the task. You have things you can do around it that give you extra bonuses. Then you finish the task, the next one comes along, so on and so forth, rinse and repeat until you finish. There's so much to remember. I think I'm getting lost. Don't worry, I took down some notes so you can always refer to them. Thank you very much, Logy. This will be a huge help. Your assignment will have to serve as an aptitude test. If you cannot perform tasks of this magnitude, then I'm afraid it means you are unfit to proceed. Does that mean we're gonna get fired? I'm sure the two of you will do just fine. That's a way of not... Wow, that's a... Wow, she just did not answer that, huh? I understand. We'll do our best. Very well then. I'm counting on you both. When the time arises, I'll show you how to make your reports. At least it's not as grim as Verona. Verona's like, hey, you're gonna get evicted if you don't like do anything good with your alchemy. And she's like, what? Like, what do you mean? And Ashton's like, you'll figure it out. Alright, time to get cracking. Oh, but before we do, I need to figure out how to make the things we need. Wait, I've got to tell you something very important. I'm sure you'll be doing a lot of alchemy, but you should know how to talk to the provisions department. Provisions? What do you mean? The person at the entrance to the office should be able to help you with that. Before you leave, be sure to stop by the administration office, okay? Okay, I understand. I wonder what's in the office for us. Oh, okay, here's the homunculus. Sorry, our work is finished. Give us pay. Give us pay, we worked hard. Yes, I know I'll pay you. Wait a little, alright? You promised, Soli. Shiny, glimmering. So you even have homunculi working at this branch. Never seen one up close. You don't have any where you're from? They're pretty cute. Really? I'm not really good with them. Why not? They're so cute. I guess I'm just not very good at talking to them. We never seem to understand each other. Anyway, we need to go see the person in charge of provisions. Oh, Logy, it's strange that you're not good around homunculi, you know. The fuck's this music? Excuse us, we were told to see you before we go outside of town. Oh, he looks happy with life. You must be the alchemists who were just assigned to the R&D division. I thought you'd come by soon. Soli Grumman. My name's Sole. I'm in charge of the paperwork accounting, and most of the applications around here. What exactly is the provisions department? Marion told us we'd find out if we came here, but... Marion should really take better care of the newcomers. Well, since you're alchemists, you'll probably be here a lot. I suppose I owe you a walkthrough. Sorry, thank you. Now then, at our local branch, we encourage independent investigation and philanthropic in work. To that end, you will require support from the provisions department and our homunculi. Huh? I never knew such a system existed. Can you explain a bit more? As you already know, homunculi have a different skill set than humans. They have a very high aptitude for reproducing things. They can recreate just about anything. Of course, there are some limitations, and they are incapable of creating something entirely new. I never knew they could do that. That's so surprising. You didn't? After all this time? That's what surprises me. And so, with the aid of the homunculi, we were able to support all of our expeditions here. Put simply, whatever you create with your alchemy or use in your expeditions, we can create more. They can resupply us with tools and provisions, when I can speak English, in time for our next assignments. That's amazing. Oh, that's Logy that said all that. They can resupply us with tools and provisions in the time of our next assignments? Oh, that's amazing. I suppose that's one way of looking at it. But they are for branch use only, and won't let you misuse them. Also, there are quite a few things even they cannot duplicate, so limits their use to consumables. Alright, so they're our way of registering items, got it. I see, so we can't ask them to make us infinite supply of tools then. I'm not saying that they can't do that, I'm saying it's beyond the duties of this department. Furthermore, because we have a limited homunculus staff, I will deny any unreasonable requests. Really? Why is that? Because you have terrible ratings, that's why. If you have a problem with that, work harder. If, however, you increase your ratings, we will devote more of our resources to your requests. It's entirely up to us to determine the quality of your provisions. I'm glad you're quick to understand. Now, let me explain how to submit a supply application. First, there are still some supplies from previous R&D members that I suggest you look through. Only items in the usable category can be registered as expedition equipment. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, and also I can see craft and healing salve. Yeah, they've put all your attacking items and healing items into one category now, instead of having them divided like they were in Escha. Items that you create can be registered as expedition equipment and taken with you. Select this. Select adventure equipment from the main menu, then Escha Logy to register items to take along. Oh, you can't just have it in your basket. Okay, this is the game that introduced you having to like equip the actual items you plan to use to characters. Got it. Each item has a cost item that exceeded the maximum cost of the mission must be left behind. Escha and Logy have an initial capacity of 5. Fulfilling certain equipment requirements can raise this limit. To unequip items or move them around, select the item and press X or triangle. There, so you both have something, but yeah, okay. I'm gonna imagine like things later on, like if you can get the NA bomb, it'll be like 20 slots or some shit. And physical damage low and health recovery min. Wow, these aren't too impressive, are they? Well, they had so much work that I think they barely ever left the building, and they're quite old. So this is all we have to go on our expeditions with. Well, that's a little worrying. You're welcome to invest in your own equipment. You are alchemists, after all. Of course we are. I'm gonna go get ready right away. Let's go back to our atelier for now. I need to see how good you're at synthesizing, Escha. Alright, it looks like we have enough material in the atelier to synthesize some medicine. You're gonna make medicine out of these? Oh, I'm getting a little nervous. Ah, just do what you always do. You should be fine. Right. Okay, I'll do my best. Sure, let's see if the synthesizing has changed at all. Oh, no, they've got rid of images. It's just lists. Oh, we've got to that point, have we? A line for an item means that you can't make it, either through lack of materials or level. When a material you need to synthesize items, you don't synthesize it from here. Once you have the once you have selected the items to create, choose the materials you wish to use in the synthesis. The materials you choose may change the effects. Okay, yeah, that's standard. There's add ingredients. And the more you do, the more your alchemy can level up. There's no by quality option. Fucking goddammit. Action taken into assist use CP. If you have enough CP, the action will not work properly. Next attribute the materials is added. Yeah, this much I know, game. It's fine. And that tells you how much, like, yeah, the quality is going to go up. Holy hell, like, they will not let go of your hand for this, huh? I shouldn't have said yes. I thought I should have said I can figure this out myself. Why did that take 3 days to make one healing salve? Holy shit. What? Excuse me? Why did that take 3 days? I did it! So that's how you synthesize something using a cauldron. Fascinating. I'm pretty confident in my ability of making medicine. Would you like to give it a shot, Logy? No, this isn't like the sort of thing I'll pick up at once. I'll slowly try to understand it. Does it really look that hard? I've been doing it since I was a girl. You're 15. You still are. You're not a woman yet. Not for at least 3 more years, as far as I'm concerned. Well, aside from that, this method takes longer than I expected. We'll need to manage our time carefully. Huh? Am I really slow at this? No, that's not what I meant. The equipment is dated, so there's a lot of areas we can try to improve. We need to figure out how we can be more efficient. I'll try and think of a plan. You focus on synthesis. Okay, I get it. His name is Logix because he's the logical one, and you need to be like, okay, we need to try and be practical about this. Yada yada yada. Got it. Yeah, sure. Okay, I'll try to work a little faster. At any rate, we made the medicine. Let's go take this to the provisions department. This is all we have right now, but once we get to create formula, I'm sure things will get easier. Yeah, I need to work on my alchemy too. You can select items you created when registering expedition equipment. Don't forget them. Well, aren't you too hard at work? Oh, brother, welcome! Gathered up all the materials I thought we'd need to repair the windmill. Thanks, let's take a look. You think that'll do? Doesn't look that difficult to make, but the problem is materials. We simply don't have enough. Then let's go outside of town to gather what we need. We can also collect items for future jobs. Right. We have to gather materials ourselves. I forgot. I already had to do that in the city. Logy, you were so fucking pampered in that fucking city. You didn't have a cauldron for alchemy. You didn't have to collect resources. Fucking... You mean you didn't have to gather either? Just what the alchemists do in Central City. Also, Central City is an area in Shadow the Hedgehog, so fucking I'm gonna headcanon it that like the reason why he's not doing anything is because they're too busy dealing with the Black Arms. Also, I managed to break top 200 on the leaderboard for Shadow Generations on one of the levels. I'm really happy. Fucking Space Colony Arc Act 1, I grinded it out and I'm in top 200 on it. I'm like, fuck, hell yeah. You have work to do, brother? And I already can see how I can speed it up, because there's a route where instead of going down the corridor, you can just jump off the platform to the left and you'll land on another platform. And I was like, wait, what? I can do that? So I'm going to be doing that. Good start. I'm not testing you out of town without supervision. It's a good idea. Thanks for the support, Awen. Don't mention it. I was actually looking for something to do until it all works out. Cannons. It says silver. Is it silver? Or is it just like a super bright blonde? I'm interested in R&D too, and with the both of you in my care, let's go on some adventures. Can you really be that easygoing? Don't blame us if you get into trouble with Heisman. Oh, don't worry about it. As long as I'm doing what I have to do, he'll understand. I'm really relieved you're coming too, brother. Let's do our best. Brother. I know it's the whole Oni-chan, but it's just the fact that obviously it translates to brother. It's just every time it's just like, I'm relieved you're coming too, brother. Let's do our best. But it's supposed to be, I'm relieved you're coming too, Oni-chan. Let's do our best. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's... Why don't we start in the nearby forest? I'm sure there are lots of good trees we can use there. Yeah, I know where the forest is, but let's not forget to prepare for the journey. Oh, right. Yeah, my son. That'll make windmills back to the notebook. My son, Silver the Hedgehog. Oh, we can all do quick travel. Awesome. All these news are going to really annoy me, so I'm just doing what needs to be done now. I wish they did literally anything with Silver the Hedgehog, but I don't think they're ever going to because association. So this is like the official start. I'm going to save on file 1, but then like I did with Rorona, I'm going to leave that file until we pass the assignment. So then, like, if we completely fumble the assignment, we can immediately go to the next... Oh my god. Let's meet right here whenever we decide to go somewhere. And then we can choose our destination. What do you think, Awen? Sounds good to me. I'm just following you guys. I'll let you two figure out the rules and follow them. Makes things easier, doesn't it? We get to decide on everything. Isn't that kind of fun, Logy? There's an alchemist. I mean, yeah, you can. He's an alchemist in the same way. Anyone who just like presses the on button on automatic stuff. It's not on their soundtrack yet. Oh, I'm really enjoying the vibes. He hasn't got the energy of Escha, but I'm enjoying the vibes. Really? We're just talking about work. Still, I'm getting excited. It's like Escha's taking a liking to you. I'm glad we can be friendly, but please remember this is our job. We need to do our duties diligently. Ah, how can you enjoy what you do when you're so uptight all the time? And she said that was such a question that there's 2 question marks. We've got a rare opportunity here. We have to constantly challenge ourselves. I'm such an optimist. Maybe that's good too sometimes. Come on now, you two. Your research has just begun. Let's decide on a destination. Alright, well let's double check where we're going. We get to travel to places I've never been to before. Oh, it's so exciting. Privileged soldier. Yeah, so far that's how it's seeming. So many items and events you've seen in this area. When using the stick to move, the cursor design will change. Oh yeah, if you use the left stick so you can 3D check, yep. Once you arrive, press X to enter the zone. Time does not pass when moving within a zone. If you wish to exit from the zone entrance, press R1 to the world map. Oh, we got places to go first. It's just poisoned my image of him. Oh, they're saying the same thing. Oh, you can press L1 at any point to see the assignment. Awesome. So, we need Windflower, Rusty Cog, and Bent Screw. And try and get 3 of them if we can help it. Oh, bonuses. Make a bomb. Oh, obtain the book, sorry. Search equipment frames. Receive $500. Increase heroes' HP by 5. Receive craft secrets and get a grand. So yeah, so as we do this, these will unlock, but when we do all of them, then we unlock these as like the extras. I wouldn't be surprised if like 100%ing the book every page you get is like effective and gets you an ending. Sound mystery fully prepared. Be strong monsters in a nearby forest. Yep. That was really rough. How so? It just seems pretty standard so far. I just have yet to leave town because I keep on like dawdling. So this is what the bar looks like. It's my first time in here. Duke's bar's pretty cheap and it gives you big portions. It's really popular with the branch employees. Oh, he is big, man. Hey, welcome, welcome. Take your time and have a look around. Hey Duke, you look pretty busy as usual. Hell yeah, but these are just all my regulars, so it's nothing to get excited over. I need to get some new blood in this place, but it's been a little tougher than I thought it would be. Hey old man, where's my food? Hey, when I said your cooking's worth waiting a year for, I didn't mean starting like right now. Alright, I hear you, just hang tight, you knuckleheads. Sorry, getting a little rowdy in here. That's how you treat your customers. I'm surprised they don't get mad at you. Well, we've known each other for so long here, they just throw around some friendly jokes back and forth. I always see the guys here in your bar. Oh, yeah, we were all partners in the branch. Ever since I retired, they've been really supportive. Wait a second. Do you mean to tell me? Yep, I used to work for the coal site branch once upon a time, and I retired inside the Bider's bar. It's not really done anymore, but in my day, when a newbie joined the branch, they'd throw a party here. Pretty soon, this bar would become my favourite watering hole, I can read, of every single person in the branch. I can see why you take the place over then. It does seem relaxed and casual in here. Don't forget all about the great food. Whenever your bellies are rumbling, come on down and I'll fix you up. I'll let you have the first one, gratis. Oh, and we usually have a decent stash of ingredients. If you happen to need any, I'll sell them cheap. That'd be really helpful. If you need any, we'll stop by. What the fuck is that face? Like in the portrait. How much money do we actually have right now? We have 100 coal. We can buy 1 meat. Or 3 eggs. Oh, you're selling a cookbook? What does that have? Honey. Okay, we want to get that eventually. No, I want to actually explore because I want to feel out the town first. That's to the docks. That's to the entrance. Urban. Hey, do we need any materials? If they sell them in town, I was going to pick some up. Oh, I do need a few things, but I don't know if the regular stores have them for sale. Also, her tail's waggling again. Actually, you can see what I mean now. If you look, her tail's attached to a hook, attached like the back of her coat. It's not a real tail. So why does it act like it is? Why does it wag when she's curious about something? Why does it like get super fast when she's excited? Like, why does it react to her unless there's some magic involved? The fucking furries have gone too far this time. I doubt we have anything too obscure. Central City has some specialized stores though. Hey sir! Hey there, sir and madam! Do you want to take a look at my wares? Oh, you're cute. Catler. La Chica. Here's Catler's Shopping. You can find all kinds of rare items and fine masterpieces. Take your time. Huh? There's a store here. There is now. Thanks for noticing. See, my previous location didn't get much traffic, so I moved here. I know her. Oh, is she in Shaley? As it was fate that brought you through my door today. Why not take a look around? Sorry, we've got everything we need. Maybe next time. No, just hold up. That's not the kind of thing someone idly walking around the shops would say. But I understand, though. It's bad for me to interrupt such a cute couple on a date. Whoa, hey, we're just co-workers, and we're on the clock right now. Oh, okay, pardon me. But don't you think it's important to take breaks from work now and again? Why don't you just take a little look? There could be some interesting finds in there. If you must. Please, come right in. All our products are lined up right here. Take your time. Wow, we do have some rare things in stock. Quite a few of them, no less. We're also an hour into the game, dude. Ease it off. Remember fucking Totally? Well, I was bored out of my mind for the first 4 hours, and it went on to be like my 5th favorite Atelier game. Remember Furious, where I straight up just didn't like the first half of the game, but it really turned it around in the second half? It's the first hour. Let's wait. And I'm not bored, unlike in Totally. I'm not bored because I know this is just introductions, getting us to know everyone before we start the game proper. You like Totally? The first 4 hours of Totally were boring as shit. I'm just so glad that everything after that was fantastic enough that it made up for it. It would be higher up my list if it wasn't for the fact you have to suffer those first 3 to 4 hours of only going to 1 or 2 locations, grinding resources, coming back, making things, going back to those same 2 locations, and that's all you do for the first 4 hours. It's like, what? Why does this take so long before it lets you start expanding out? Like, it gets so repetitive in the first few hours for no good reason. I know it's trying to introduce you to everything, but every other Atelier game does it in like half the time, so come on. There's so much stuff. Maybe we could use this. Look at this, and this, and this. Wowza! I can tell you're not an average customer. You've got good eyes, so what is it anyway? What is that? This is your shop. Aren't you supposed to know what you're selling? Or like, if you're gonna do a slow burn, Riser 1 had an extremely slow burn. As in, like, it was still felt like it was slow burning, like, by the time you fought that fucking dragon in the castle. But the whole point of the story was that it was slower. Like, the whole point of it was how it was handling it. Like, it was designed from the start and made it excruciatingly clear it was going to be a very slow pace throughout the whole thing. Like, introduce you to the town, get to know people. Like, the fact that, like, an entire chapter is just getting Claudia to join your party. You know, like, it made it very clear that was how it was going to be from the go, so you knew what you was getting in for. So like it's like so that you knew what you was getting prepared for, and I settled into it and just enjoyed the ride for what it was. Well, that was just a slip of the tongue. Hey man, what a good bargain you got there. We're alchemists, and we just started working on the local government branch recently. Yeah, true. I mean, at the same time, I still stand by it. If Ryza 1 just did about as well as any other Atelier game, or did just slightly better, they probably wouldn't have done it as Ryza 2 and Ryza 3. You know? I think they probably would have done their usual and made it a different protagonist. And just in part of the same universe. But because Ryza 1 fucking exploded, I think they was like, hey, no, this would be idiotic to just move away from Ryza all of a sudden, you know? I mean, it worked out because Ryza 2 is peak, but you get what I mean, like, I wouldn't have been surprised if that, like, obviously, I have no idea what goes on behind closed doors. Maybe they always intended it to be Ryza 1, 2, and 3, and it was just something they wanted to do for the Secret Saga. But, still. So it makes perfect sense. I mean, I do what alchemists do, and I think it worked out better that way, because it gave more time to grow characters that maybe that wouldn't have got the chance. Like, if they had shifted to a different protagonist, I don't know if Boss would have had the turnaround he did across the trilogy as a character. I don't know if he would have got, like... Maybe he would have still, like, had a character arc and developed, but I don't know if he would have been as interesting, and I would have rooted for him as much. Genuinely, the best thing about Ryza 3 is him getting to be playable, because it felt like he earned that. You know? Like, I was surprised he wasn't playable in Ryza 2. Like, he fucking earned that in Ryza 3. To get to be playable, not only be playable, but be like the initial party. You start Ryza 3 with him. There's no Agent God. Yeah, maybe next time. How can we do? You can do your next job next time. For now, just keep browsing, drink it all in. Yeah. If you find what you're looking for here, then always remember to stop by the humble catless shop. I'm constantly updating my stock, so it wouldn't hurt to check in every now and again. I promise. What a strange kid. She seems pretty interesting though. Maybe we can be friends. So miscellaneous goods on the outskirts of the shop by if you need anything. Mixed oil, paper scrapes, big bone, grain scrapes, antique stone. Okay, we have no money, so I'm not buying any of this. I like her little portrait. That's the apple orchids, that's to go home. Oh, this is a relatively walled-off town. It's actually kind of simple. It's basically just a straight line with one split. And this goes back towards home. Okay, here's where Clone is. I know your official work may be hard, but please don't push yourself. I hope she gets to become playable, because I love her design. There's something about the clockwork-esque characters, like with Adelia in the previous one, that I just really like the design of. This dog comes in me to wanting it. Yeah, considering that was like one of your biggest complaints, I think this is Escha's house, I think. Is that they leaned too much onto it. Which, to be fair, that was the problem with the trilogy. Is that, like, each game of the trilogy introduced another new, like ancient civilization. And it's like, Ryza 1 got away with it because it was the only one. And it was, like, directly affected and tied to your town. Ryza 2 got away with it because the ruins did a huge fucking weightlifting job to carry it, to get you to know more about it, understand, like, all the stuff with, like, the Moon Witch and everything in between to how things work and why these ruins are. So it felt like you really thoroughly understood this civilization. Age of God, they just kind of dropped that shit on you. It felt like they explain a lot of it, and I think what annoys me more is that not only because like it's just they drop this thing on you, it's because the Age of God is so significant to everything once you know what it is. And it's like, if it's so significant, I wish we knew more. The keys? Oh, I love the keys. The problem I had with the keys is that they make shit way too easy. Once you understand how the keys work, they turn the difficulty off, because you can just make whatever you want and you know you're fine. Like, I love the keys in concept, they just need to nerf them. Because they're just way too easy to get. Like, the fact that we had keys that just made us invincible, and they would last for like 30 seconds, and it's just like, come on, that's a bit busted. Anyway, give me 1 second, I need to put my phone on charge. I don't know what you were doing with the keys then. Because you're clearly doing something wrong, because my complaint was the opposite way around. Because they were so OP and so easy to make what you want, they made it feel like I was just kind of skipping through areas, because I was just burning through them so quick. It didn't grind fuck all to a halt. I don't know what you were doing, buddy. A new point is opened. And I'm going to save. And because we're starting our adventure properly, I'm saving on a different save file. It takes 4 fucking days? Bruh. We need if there's those shoes are in the game, you know, like the pacing shoes and whatnot, we need to get them like immediately. Because what the fuck do you mean? Oh, that new on the journal's gonna really annoy me. Oh, it's areas within the area. Got it. Progress and territories were basically sort of the keys, and you set keys to progress to certain areas. Yeah, but if you recall, anytime that was on the main path, it was only like side objectives where there was ever a point where I had to go back and make keys. If it was ever on the main path, I always had the key on hand. Because I just made what I felt like as I went through, so that never stopped me. It was only for like side paths and like side content stuff where every now and then there was a key I didn't have because they expected you to come back later. Like that big mine that had like 4 key locks in the second major area. Like near like the south end. There's that big mine along like the right side. Oh yeah, I know you were speedrunning it because you were like done with the game by the time I got to the second area. So you didn't help yourself in that way. If you'd paced yourself better and just kind of played it out and explored more, you probably would have been fine with the keys. But the fact that you literally ran up to the next wall, yeah, no wonder you complained about the wall. You didn't bring any sledgehammers with you along the way. You just ran up to the wall. I say that I never got around to watching your playthroughs because obviously you were way ahead of me and I didn't want to get spoiled. And I hope you don't do the same for you, Mia. It's not a fucking race. Just play the game, explore, and enjoy it. Because I think you ended up hindering your own experience of that game because you did that. And then do that if you need to. Like, for me, it wasn't a matter of difficulty. It was a matter of I had fun just exploring and doing quests, so I took my time just exploring. I said, it's the fact that I only just got to the second area when you came into the stream. It's like, oh yeah, I finished it. I was like, what the fuck? What do you mean? Oh, wow. It's been a while since I've been here. Everyone says it's dangerous, so I usually stay away. This is because it is dangerous. There are monsters all over the place, like that one, see? We're never getting punies at all in Dusk, are we? Punies just don't exist in the Dusk Saga, it feels like. I suppose that monsters are just a hazard that comes along with investigation. Logy, do you have any combat experience? Can't say I have much of it. Back home, I used to spend most of my time in the Atelier. Oh, you mean the Atelier that was automated? Okay, so you're just a well, some's better than none. The monsters here aren't all that strong, so I think you'll be fine. I'll give you some advice. So do your best to take them down. This is part of being your mentor. Yeah, time to give it a shot. I've never had to fight anything before. Don't worry, Escha. You'll get used to it after it's done in a while. If we're really cornered, all the supplies we brought, that should help. Oh, you're right. Certainly we'll replace whatever we use. We don't have to worry about saving our items. Just remember that we have to go back to town to get resupplied. You have to plan when to use them. Okay, I think I can do this. Some enemies will chase after you and spring into action when you approach. Press square to attack the enemy. It will begin your team with the advantage. The battle begins. Oh, it's across the top this time. Okay. You know, up in the difficulty. Fair. The actions the characters take in combat determine the cooldown length before they can act again. Performing actions increases the support gauge. Use this gauge for more powerful support moves. Oh, so it's not individualized anymore. It's generalized. That's fair. Like, it's not tied to individual characters like Ayesha. It's general across the board. Combat ends when one side has been defeated, or if you successfully book it. I don't like how the tutorial image is like, hey, Escha's like one hit from death, and so you ran. Be aware it's not always successful. You won't lose anything other than a single day, but be careful in any case if you will fail. You're up against a tough foe. Well, that is a fucking... Look, she goes, fucking... That is a swing on this lady. Oh, neutralizes. So he fucking throws the sword like a boomerang. Like about Riser 2, so it felt like pacing was mastered perfectly. I mean, like I said, I still don't, like I said, I don't have a problem at all with the pacing of Riser 3. That was not my issue with Riser 3. Oh, you can stack supports if you have enough. Okay, so that's where things like... Yeah, that's where things from like the later Rising Atelier games that I'm used to are starting to creep in. Like being able to stack supports and have multiple characters attack at once. If you have enough bar for it. Yeah, so it's kind of like a combo effect. Hey, Logy's awesome. Also, something that I am liking that is a change. They set that's probably also partly why it takes so long to travel. It doesn't seem like gathering resources advances time. I mean, that bar next to the year might be exactly that. We don't know yet, but it seems like it didn't, like gathering resources didn't advance time much. Because she scaled the combat back a bit. Oh, did it? Ah, fair enough. Well, I'll get something when I get to it. Oh, these items can be used for alchemy, can't they? You're right. There's no harm in collecting them now. It would seem the most efficient option. Well, since we've come all the way out here, let's collect everything we can. Wait. Our priority is to fix the windmill. If we spend too much time here, we'll miss the deadline. That's right. I need to find items that will help us with our goal. But even things we don't need right away, we may need further down the road. Fine, collection. If we do, then it's the same as Ayesha, but we'll see. I just think, because of how much time they spend walking here, it makes more sense if it's like, it's the travel is the time spent, and then like when you leave, it just spends the rest of that day sort of thing. Instead of it being the bar. But I didn't see like a bar, unless that thing is it, but that might be something else. Let's go a little deeper. Sure, let's see harvesting. Oh, it's going to be harvested in certain areas, supplies are limited. Harvest locations of enemies will not reappear until you have left. Thus, it's more effective to keep harvesting until your basket is full, but keep an eye on the time. Alright, let's find out. Yes, it does. Look at the top right, look, top left. Okay, so time does advance as you just like in Ayesha, time does advance when you pick shit up. So we need to get the gloves as well. Oh, we can do support guards as well. Ow, ow. I mean, most Atelier games work like that in like the time limit ones, so it's not anything new. Because like Toturi did, Maruru did, so it makes sense, just like in a trend. talk to people now. That's a cute level up animation. Alright, fucking Edgy McEdgelord. What the fuck's this victory pose? Oh, battle's advance time, like barely any at all, but picking shit up advances it a lot. Okay, yeah, so we definitely need to get gloves. Dropped it. I love her swing. I don't know what about it, but it's the fact that she puts her whole fucking soul into it so much she trips over in her swing. Like, she's like, fuck, get him! She confirmed, yeah. Oh, that made the game lag, whacking all the barrels. Anti-bug grass. Hey, we needed that in Aisha. Oh, there's a lot of you guys here, huh? I love it. Why does he come from the sky? He's a guard. And why doesn't he use his sword to block it? Why does he just use his wrists? This fucking guy. He's just him, bro. Oh, that challenge is done then. Oh, I thought you said we can't get these until these are done. Or is it because this is the only part of this one that it counts it? Oh. And we have to go turn these in for reward points. Or is it because... Oh, actually. Do you think it's less that you can't access them? It's more it won't tell you what they are until you've done this. But if you happen to get them, then result. Because if that's the case, and that's actually kind of cool. Because it encourages you to be a little bit more experimental as you go, just in case you stumble upon it. Is there anything else here, or are we done? Yeah, I hope we're done. It's like Rorona, dude. Yeah, but Rorona at least told you. If I remember rightly. This base looks pretty promising. Oh, scouts. I'll go scout to make sure it's safe. Yeah, don't go too far. Oh. Is somebody over there? Is that a witch? Miss Wilbell! Hello! Oh, they've already met. Okay. Hello, Wilbell, Vol, Urslid. Oh, hey, Escha. What are you doing here? I've come to collect materials for my job. Oh, yeah? You did start a new job, didn't you? How's that going? Wait, there are a lot of monsters around here, you know. Can you actually fight? I don't intend to let Escha fight on her own. I think we'll be okay. Say, who's the new face around town? My name's Logy. I'm an alchemist working with Escha. I'm Wilbel. I travel from city to city for reasons. Oh, she's off conning people again, I see. Gotta admit, I've never seen a young alchemist like you. All the men I know who do it are old farts. The only old man alchemist I can think you're referring to is Keithgriff. So, do you mind if I ask what you do? You don't appear to be in the same trade. Wilbur is a mage! Isn't that amazing? What? A mage? Hey, Escha, you're supposed to keep that a secret! Also, when did she get wings? Look, you can see like little bat wings. Is this just a theme of Escha and Logy that like all the girls have like secret like animal parts now? Escha has like the fluffy tail, Wilbur has the wings. It was? I'm sorry. Ugh, in one ear and out the other. You're not supposed to tell other people about that, got it? Don't worry, I have no reason to reveal your secrets. Wait a second, you don't actually believe it, do you? Well, I mean, this isn't some fairy tale, and it sounds too hard to believe to try and lie about it. That's because my ancestors worked really hard to keep it that way. If our powers were used for a bad cause, who knows what would happen. Okay. By the way, we're looking for materials to repair a windmill. You seen any? Why do I feel like you're not taking me seriously? You can find the materials on your own. 2010's anime, bro, don't question it. I mean, fair. I mean, well, like, Escha's tail is just wagging away now. Bye-bye, kids. Don't go too deep and get lost in there, yeah? Yeah, you too, Miss Wilbel. Also, Wilbel's got a lot more of like an orange tint to her hair now than she used to. I'm sure it was more like brighter pink in Aisha. Or like, no, not pink, but you know what I mean. It was bright. It was like brighter compared to how it is now. But then that could just also be a way of showing that she's a bit older, that her hair's got a little bit like this. Come on, Logy. You can't doubt everyone like that. How could I possibly believe her? Her story has no evidence at all. Well, that might be true, but... Hey, I just found something that could be useful. Oh, hey, brother's calling us. We better go. Oh no, I revealed her secret. How could I keep such a cool story all to myself? How big is my basket? Okay, I've got 43 more slots still. Ah! Oh, I just ran straight into this thing, whoops. From the sky! Her hair is shorter in Aisha. Oh, that too. And you always know, in any kind of piece of media, the easiest way to have a character look older is just make their hair longer. Very cool, because she tries to hide it. I mean, she does an awful job, but yeah, she goes out of her way to try and keep it on the down low. But I think it's more. I think a lot of that is also just about establishing characters, like establishing that Logy is the sort of person who's so logical he doubts these things. Do we have 3 rusty crog, 3 windflowers, and 3 bent screws? Do we have any of those things? I don't think we do. No, we do not. Junie looking ass. I'm gonna save again. I know this is just tutorial land, so it doesn't matter, but I'm still gonna save. Hey, okay. There's our windflowers. Got a sturdy shirt. Ups HP by 5, ups defense by 3. Yeah, you have it. Now your defense is only slightly lower than... Oh, actually, you share the same defense as Awin. Ship the 2 based on commonality of Junie. Yeah. Times during the term. Okay, we're getting a lot of these done. We're going to get a lot of points in. We're going to be rich in points. I imagine it's going to be the same idea. Oh, fine, indoors, yep. Where we can transfer those points to rewards. Nice. I think we've got everything. We just got 2 more bolt screws. I think there should be enough materials. Yeah. All we have to do now is go back to synthesize the parts of the windmill. Again, my female roomie's into magic. Junie, and I'm the military one, so... yeah, you got the whole fucking anime in your house by the sounds of it. Do you think we should look around a little more while we're here? I don't remember taking too many detours. This is Marion's test for you guys, isn't it? If you miss the first deadline, I can't guarantee that you'll get to keep your fancy new jobs. Good point. Escha, we should go back for now. We need more materials. We can come back later. Okay, but are you sure we can take a little... We can't take a little detour? Time has been updated. Return to the atelier and synthesize the parts. Alright, 4-day travel. Fair enough. Well, now that we have all the materials, let's get started with the synthesis. Leaving this one up to you, Escha. This will be the first official synthesis of my job. I have to make it work. So check them. No, just chuck them in. Oh, I should check. Is there a container limit? I don't think there is. It doesn't say. Okay. I know it will creep up on me eventually. Let's make this first since we need to make it. There's no quality. Oh, right, I don't get to choose because I haven't unlocked free choice yet. Like in Irishman style, it's random. I'm not picking any of this. I was like, wait a minute. Voice. Oh, I'm being entirely real with you. About 60 to 70%, somewhere around that range, of my female friends are lesbians. Like, a lot of my closest friends are lesbibs. And I love them all. They're my favourite people. I did it, Logy, I did it! Wow, you really can create a lot of things using a cauldron. I'm impressed. Like, one of my colleagues at work, like one of my best work friends, I mentioned it before, that sometimes she comes in and does a little shopping, like, when she's not working sometimes, and she always comes in with her girlfriend, so it's always like, it's just kind of nice to see them both and just see how they're doing. I have to see if she wants to meet up or anything. So I've got 2 weeks off of work after tomorrow's shift, which is partly why I'm doing experiment week then, because I'll have a lot more free time to kind of fuck around and maybe make them longer streams if need be. But it'd be nice to like catch up with her outside of work. There's like 3 people I remember from college that I see sometimes at work. Like, not because they work there, because they're doing their shopping, so they work at a supermarket. And like, they have like a 3-year-old with them, and I'm like, oh, oh, what do you mean? It hasn't been that long, has it? It hasn't been, oh god, it has been 8 years since I finished college. Oh, fuck. Because once again, in the UK, you start college at 16 and usually finish it at 18 or 19, depending on what you do with it. And so, like, when I'm like, hey, oh yeah, that was that long ago. Oh, fuck. You're a lot of things to your cauldron. I'm impressed. Thank you so much for teaching me. Nothing's ever gone this well for me on the first try. I'm just glad I could be useful. If we keep this up, we'll make amazing things in no time. Yeah, I'll do my best. We can create more items. I need to start synthesizing to help you out too. We won't be any good at our current rate. Lucky. Yeah, we just have. I was about to say we have a country that cares about our education, but that's a. Anyway, having you help me make the process go really smoothly, though I think this arrangement will work for now. Actually, you say that, but I do feel a little useless. Maybe I can do something besides synthesis. But first, we should bring back the parts back to the apple orchard. Right, let's go. I'm so glad that went smoothly. I'm sure Klein will be surprised that I built this. I wonder where Klein would be. She should be around here somewhere. Huh? Escha-chan, what are you doing here? Ah! Hey, Neo. Neo or Toogle? Oh, she's all grown up. Yeah, true, dude. Oh, Miss Neo! Do you know where I can find Clone? She just went right over there. I think she'll be back soon. Oh, thanks. I guess we'll have to wait here for a while. Another friend of yours, Escha? Hello, my name is Neo. Escha's house has been really good at taking care of me. My name's Logy. I'm an alchemist working for Escha at R&D. Oh, really? I thought Escha was the only alchemist in this town. Well, I just arrived here from Central City. But do you mind explaining what you meant by just now? I'm gonna be real with you guys. If I wasn't live streaming and I did this game as a let's play, I am telling you now, every single time I would read out Central City, I would have edited in the fucking Central City theme from Shadow the Hedgehog for just the length of me saying the words. Like, because that's all my brain has gone to. I would have legit downloaded that just to squeeze it in into every single time I say it. Miss Neo is a pharmacist on a journey from far, far away. She just came here recently. Also, since Neo's a bit older, I'll make her voice similar to Ayesha's more. Because beforehand I was just making it higher pitched, but I think I can tone it down now she's older. Because of some unforeseen circumstances, I'm going to be staying in Coal Seat for a while. And Escha was kind enough to let me stay with her. A lady travelling alone? Well, that seems dangerous. I'm with Miss Wilbell, so I think I'll be fine. But I guess I won't be travelling for a little while. I see. From the looks, I would estimate that you're around the same age as Escha. Yeah, but Miss Neo does a lot of really difficult stuff in medicine. She knows so much. Oh, look, come on, you're going to call it Central City when I know a Sonic game that has an area called Central City? It's like when games go, oh, let's go to the Station Square, and in my head I immediately hear, the train going to Station Square will be departing soon. Or like, and you go to like the police station and it's just, hey, you big drip, where are you going? That's not true. I'm lucky enough to be surrounded by smart people. I ask them when I'm lost. Also, you don't have to keep calling me Miss Mio, okay? It's embarrassing. Oh, but I was just getting used to calling you that. You seem so much more mature than I am too. Oh, yeah, that's trauma that caused that. What? What? Oh, I think I get it now. Something about the way she talks to you sounded a little strange. I'm hoping she gets used to it after a while. Oh yeah, I gather materials and medicines and sell them, so if you ever need anything, just ask. Oh, that should be a great help. We'll be sure to come see you. I should be able to speak naturally around her, but why do I feel so intimidated somehow? Because she's a smart cookie that's been through a lot. Neo sells herbs and medicine. She can be found at the Apple House. You need materials, go see her. Wow, that zips along. You know, like how like in older games, like when you click on it, you have to see it like fill in the style one at a time. Go ding, 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 ding. That was instant. That was just whoop. It appears to be everything. I will leave the rest of the maintenance crew. Understood. Thank you very much. Still, I'm impressed that you knew enough about alchemy to be able to create this. We're awesome, huh? Indeed. I believe we may finally be able to put our problems with the windmill to rest. It is all thanks to you, the two of you. Thank you very much. Is that the first assignment done? Do we now have like 90 plus days to just go explore? If that's the case, then I immediately understand why people said this is the second easiest time limit in the franchise. No need to be so. Don't be so humble. The two of you are no doubt contributing to our city. Please take pride in that. Yeah, thank you, clown. I think I'm really beginning to love my job. I don't know that our work would make so many people happy. I mean, look at me. Not to like play competition with it, but I make no secret about the fact that I was in an abusive relationship for 2 years back when I was 16, and I still suffer from it because I have PTSD, and sometimes things just trigger it and really put me off. Especially if I'm tired. If I'm tired, I get a lot more vulnerable, but it's just different strokes for different folks. It's just how I am. I very much just kind of smile in the face of danger, but then suffer later on. And not as in, like, cool guy, like, badass. I smile in the face of danger and face it. I mean as in, literally, I will laugh off pain, because I'd rather do that so people don't worry than actually, like, accept that I'm in pain, physically, mentally, or whatever. If that makes sense. So people just keep on thinking, oh, he's alright. In addition, My oh my. But you get what I mean, because some people, you sit there and you go, oh man, I've just had a rough day of like 6 hours of work. And someone goes, well, I've had 7 hours. It's like, alright, dickhead. Does it matter? Like, we can both be tired. Like, people do that so much. My mum does it as well, and it pisses me off. It's the biggest, like, thing that annoys me. Sometimes, like, my mum means well, but my mum does do more hours of work in the week, and I get it. But she completely downplays and says that I have a completely easy job, that when nothing bad happens, because I do less hours, and it winds me the fuck up, because my job is hard. We're always understaffed, we're always running around, we're always dealing with drunk idiot adults that aren't happy that we're taking their alcohol away from them. We're always dealing with, like, verbal abuse. We only ever have one security guard in, and it's a giant fucking mega market, like a big supermarket. It's brutal, but because I do 20 hours and my mum does 40, she sees my job as just this really easy, piss-easy thing that doesn't take any stress, and why am I tired? And, like, it's like... No, that's unhealthy. People are allowed to be tired. Someone could have a job that's only 5 seconds long in a month, but if that 5 seconds is taking a bullet, I'd still be like, yeah, I get being tired. My oh my. You only just begun your work, we're all cheering you on. And that's not to say my mum's job is easy. I know my mum's job's hard. I just wish that she could be more respectful of the fact that my job is hard, but because I do less hours, she doesn't see it that way. Alright, yes, it means our first job is done. Because that was one of the things that annoyed me a little at the baptism I went to last Sunday. I was talking to my sister-in-law, and she was like, "Oh, so what sort of job do you do?" I'm like, "Oh, what sort of time do you work?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I do the evening shift." And my mum magically just appeared behind me, and she went, "Yeah, the easy shift, right?" And I went, "No, the evening shift." And she went, "Yeah, the easy shift." And eventually I just kind of looked at my sister-in-law, and I just went, "I work," and I mimed to her, "I work my ass off," and she nodded at me. But it was just like, I know my mum means it in jest, and she doesn't mean to take it seriously, because my mum is lovely, trust me, I assure you she is a lovely person. It's just, that's like the one thing that just winds me up. She just sees it as because she does more time, she works harder. Because I do less time, I work less. That's how she sees it. She sees it very by numbers. And it really winds me up because she doesn't even remotely respect what I do. Of course I don't want to do it forever. Working in retail is awful. You learn that everyone's an arsehole so quickly. But I am working my arse off every single day. The 2 weeks off I've got next week, I can't stress enough, I fought for fucking tooth and nail to earn that, and I have earned that. And there's not a single soul on this planet that can try and convince me otherwise. I know I've earned that, and I will own it. But if my mum suddenly says, "Oh, well, you don't really do anything anyway," like she does do sometimes, I will flip out. You know, like I know it will get under my skin. I don't want to still be working there. I've said before, and I wasn't sure again, things in this channel might end up changing next year solely because I'm planning to get a different job or try and get a new job next year. And by proxy, if I get a different job, depending on when my shifts are and what I do, it might change when I stream or how I stream. Because I only always stream in the late afternoons into the evenings, UK time. My shift starts at 5 PM and I get out at 11 PM. So it works out me always streaming at 9 AM because, you know, it's in that gap of time where I don't have to worry about it. Well, she'd just say you're privileged. If I told her that, she wouldn't give it a second thought. She wouldn't freak out or anything. She'd just say, well, isn't he rather privileged? And then she'd carry about her business. And I know why my mum's like that. My mum was mostly raised by her grandparents, not her parents. And that's not because her parents were neglectful, it's because they were just workaholics. So my mum spent more time as a kid with her grandparents, and they very much were the predominant carers for her over her actual parents. And so a lot of that generation's mannerisms, so we're talking my great-grandparents, so you can think about what sort of era that was. A lot of that generation's mannerisms went into my mum growing up. And so that's why she is the way she is. That's probably the easiest way I can think to put it. And considering they were old when my mum was little, according to my mum, and my mum is turning 50 in a couple weeks, like, that's potentially, post-World War I was, like, their youth. Like, pre-World War II. So I get it in that sense. Like, it still winds me up, and I know there's going to be a point where eventually I'm going to have to sit down and have that discussion with mum and be like, hey, stop doing it. It's extremely, like, demoralizing, but... oh, well. Because, yeah, I agree. I find it very crappy as well. But the point of the matter is, it's just the nature of the beast, and we just have to carry on life in our own way and make what we have. Regardless of how little or much it is, regardless of how little or much we do, our life is the life we have, and we only have the one of it. So do it in a way that can make you happy with the hand you're dealt. You know? I don't have to tell you that. You know that better than I do, but you get what I mean. It's like you just have to make the most of what you got. Make the best hand with the hand you're dealt, or make the best of it with the hand you're dealt. For me, I have to care about money because I'm always so short on it. When I was young especially, it wasn't that we were poor, it was just I couldn't get the new thing the other kids could get, and sometimes we would get very, very cheap easy dinners because it's all we could afford. Like, we weren't poor, but we definitely were dangerous for a while when I was young, so I became very appreciative of any pennies I got. Like, where all the kids in my school's pocket money was £5 a week, which is the equivalent of getting like $7 or $8. Mine was 50p, so mine was half a pound. So that was still less than $1. That was my pocket money for the weekend each week when I was little. Because it's all they could afford. They wanted to give me more, but it's all they could afford. It was enough for me to buy sweets because we had a penny shop. And that was all I needed to keep me going. If I wanted a game, most games I wanted were £20 to £30, so I had to wait for either my birthday or Christmas because I knew I wasn't getting them any other way. Which is also why most games on my PS2 have several hundred hours in them, even if I didn't like them. Because I knew it was all I was going to have for like the next 6 months. But so it's not like obsession in that sense, it's more like I'm a little protective. But equally, if someone's struggling, I'm usually the first to reach my hand out, not to try and be the good guy, but because I know what it's like to struggle in that sense, and so I want to try and lighten the load now I have a bit of money. I'm not the richest person in the own, I can't afford my own place because, you know, housing costs in the modern day is excruciatingly brutal, and landlords would rather just eat you than actually serve you as a person. But I'm better off enough that I can spare a couple pounds sometimes to help someone out. I'm better off enough that if I'm out with a couple friends, I will be the one that will foot the bill for dinner, sort of thing. Like, I'm enough to be supportive and kind of cover it to kind of lighten the load for others. Anyway, let's finish this cutscene. So I am going to wrap up soon-ish because I want to get ready for work, and there's also some things I need to do around the house before I do that. So I know it's going to be a shorter-ish stream, we haven't done too much, but we've got the first objective done, or the first assignment done, so I think... Boss Joe's going to report to her, remember? Yeah, that's right, we need to go talk to Marion. Oh, is that so? Let's take care of what your duties are. But if we get the first assignment done and say that's a very successful opening stream... we're fine! Also, that tail flicked up again. We haven't learned what to do when we make our report yet, let's go back. Yeah, you can report that in. Alright, so what does Neo sell actually? What's on the mind? Let's go back into our house. Oh, hey, Neo. Oh, that's a very Ayesha pose she just made. Like sister, huh? Well, I mean, if you don't care about your money that much, there is this little thing in the description of my videos called my Patreon. No, I'm kidding. That reminds me, Neo mentioned that she'd share some of her materials with us. That is something I'm going to bring up in my update video, and it's something I'm going to try and make more of a point of bringing up. Is I don't really promote my Patreon at all, other than just kind of bringing it up at the end of streams. Newlywed? Neo, what are you not telling me? Who is he? I want to have a word. What? I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money, buddy. I'm always going to be like, hey, if you feel like supporting me, do it. But I'm not outright going to say, you have to do it, or can you, you know what I mean? That's not, I don't feel like that's fair. I know that's just me and just me being me, but if you decide to, I want you to do it because you decided to, not because I said, hey, can you please, like, give me, like, help a brother out? You know what I mean? I don't want to be that guy. If you decide to, it's because you decided to, not because I decided for you. I made a joke, since we actually to one of my friends about my Patreon. One of my Patreon tiers is entirely a meme. I think it's still on there, and it's to pay my rent for me. I made a meme to my friend, like some of my richer-ish friends, because I have a friend that like lives and dies off the stock market. I just went, hey, if you ever want me to work for you, just fulfill that one. And every time he looks at me, he just goes, I'm not doing that, and I'm like, fuck. Donate was the point. Oh, bless you. I mean, there is super chats if you want to donate through that way, and then you get your message in like big red text that sits at the top of the live chat that everyone can see. Or I think it's not red. I think it's depending on how much you donate is what the color is. I think red is if you like donate 100. I'm just used to only seeing red because, you know, I watch VTubers and everyone like fucking burns money to VTubers like nobody's business. Super chats don't pay you until you make 100. Bears. When we finished our assignment, the windmill should be in working order now. Is that so? Well, good job, you two. Well then, now that that's over, I think it's time we both learned how to submit a report. Right. What exactly do we need to do to write it? But keep in mind, I also have PayPal for just leaving direct tips. I'll give you an overview. But there's really no specific format to doing these. Okay, let's start at the top. First, when you come back, let me know how much progress you've made. So we start by talking to you. Got it. That reminds me of when I began my first job. My intention was 20. It's up to you, dude. So I'm gonna keep on saying it. I don't want to be here and be like, hey, you do that, you do this. It's your choice. I will be thankful if you do, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna make that choice for you. Alright, complete assignments will earn you stamps. Earning enough achievement points will increase your rank, which will allow you to do more things. Okay, so it's kind of more like Totally then with the ranking. You can get points by lining up 9 tasks vertically, horizontally, or diagonally. No, it's up to me. My point of the way makes me hate life. Oh, I'm sorry. It looks like you completed your assignment for this term. Good work. Anything else? You know what's a little upsetting? Because Marion is our SD of this game, like in Rorona, I don't know if that means she's going to be playable. I mean, we eventually managed to get SD playable eventually, but you know what I mean? Because she's just sat here doing the report work, it's like, is she actually going to be playable later on? I hope so. Trophy unlocked, just getting started. Clear and report the first term assignment. Alright, so we're on the board. Okay, good work, you two. It looks like you've satisfied the requirements of your assignment. That means you completed our goal for the month then, right? That's right, and it's a good idea to prioritize your more important tasks, like this one. Oh, that I would agree with. Money forces its way into our life, but it doesn't mean we have to replace our life with it. Unfortunately, money doesn't really give us much say in that all the time, especially for those who aren't as well off. Money is what keeps your food on the table, so you have to work to get it. You know, for like the average Joe. Money is what keeps the roof over your head. Money is what keeps your clothes clean. Money is what keeps you alive in any sense of the word and keeps you nourished, keeps you safe, keeps you warm in winter. So you don't have much choice. Like, you might not want to fuck with money, but money will sure as hell fuck with you if you don't have it. And so I know I count myself quite lucky in the sense of I have a job and I get just shy of £1,000 each month. Which, listen, I don't know the conversion rate of £1,000 into dollars. You can figure it out, but that's about what I get each month. And, you know, I pay about 400 of it into rent. Then I have to worry about food, so it ends up cutting it down. And by the end of, like, food, worrying each for, like, the 4 weeks of the month, and then rent and everything in between, I end up with about 200-ish, depending on, like, bonuses, like if I do Christmas bonuses and whatnot, like, spare to myself to kind of fuck around with. Because I also have to worry about my phone bill, I have to worry about, although it's like by choice, like if I have any like subscriptions to anything, I have to worry about keeping them going. Around me turning 18. I wish I'd be in that position. I'd trade everything. Well, I wouldn't trade everything because I love the world I live in, regardless of how much some people in this world don't love me in it for being trans. But I digress. I still love this world for what it is, and there's nothing that can take that from me. But it would be nice to have a little bit more money so I can be more supportive and helpful for friends and family. Cheers, dude. You too, buddy. I love all my friends. I don't mean that to generalize it, but I generally make a point at work. Like, when, like, friends are saying bye, I go, alright, oh, my love, bud, take care. Like, I make a point because I feel like it's important. Regardless of, like, how close you actually are, it's important for people to know they're loved. And that's something that I genuinely have believed since even when I was a kid. People deserve to know they're loved. And so I always let, like, my friends know, go, alright, love you, bud, or take care, bud, or all my love on your way, you know, things like that. I always make sure to bring it into the conversation. Because you never know, you know? Even like your closest friends, you might not know how isolated or lonely they feel on the inside beyond it. So just that little bit of letting them know they're loved can make it go a long way without even realizing. And so I always want to make sure people know that. And so I always love my friends. Regardless of whether we argue or hug it out, I still love you. You know, that's just me. Anyway, let's get this task actually done, because I want to actually wrap up soonish. I know it says it's a shorter-ish stream, but also it's Friday and I need to get other stuff done ready before I go to work later. Where's the important task like this one? When you complete smaller tasks, I can mark this off as work completed by the R&D. If you keep this up, our ratings will continue to rise. So, whenever we finish something, we should come report it to you, right? Yeah, that would certainly be helpful, and it'll increase our expense allowances. One more thing, you designate which reports will be the last for the term. So if you have an outstanding task that is at the time, they will all be marked as incomplete. So we should save our final report for when we complete everything else then. That's the tough part, you have to submit your final report at the end of each term. Oh, okay, so this is just saying, hey, once you reach the end of the 4 months, everything on that page will be turned in regardless and you can't go back to it. That's what this is saying. You can't go back to older tasks once it's done. So once the 4 months are up, we're on to assignment 2 and its page, and anything that we didn't do on page 1 is lost. So whether we choose to work on tasks until the last second or report early, we need to report in. Once you've submitted your final report, I'll give you the new task for the next period. And also, yeah, make sure we actually get back to Marion before that term's over, otherwise we might lose them. So in completing your assignments, and report to me every now and then. Got it! What should we do now? We complete the big job for the term. Until you make your end of term report, you can do as you please. Roam, work on synthesis. About that, it seems like the cauldron's a lot for me to wrap my head around so quickly. Would it be possible to bring in equipment from Central City? I can't keep making Escha do it all. I see. Well, give me a list of all the equipment you need. I can't promise that I'll get you everything you want, but I'll see what I can do. Sorry for the trouble, but it would do wonders. Well, I think that'll do for your aptitude test. You both passed with flying colours. Congratulations. Really? Yay! Oh, that was yatta! That was a pretty easy task. If we couldn't do that much, I'd say we were in real trouble. I'll give you general feedback on your work at the end of the term. Till then, you're on your own. That was tiring. We went a little too crazy on our first job. I agree. I'm a little fatigued myself. That was quite an assignment. Was it my fault? Did I stress you out? No, it's not what I meant. You did really well. It's just, I was a little worried. You know what this soundtrack reminds me of? It just hit me. Professor Layton. This is such a Professor Layton-R soundtrack. Worried? You were, Logy? Like, this is like exploring the Curious Village in the night in the first game. This is what this kind of reminds me of. I thought everything would work itself out at first, but when push comes to shove, you never know. When I came here, though, everyone welcomed me so warmly, and we finished our tasks, so I think I'm confident that we can really do good work together. That's why I'm relieved. Me too. I wanted to work hard for everyone, but I wasn't sure that I could. But you and brother are so nice and supportive. I'm so relieved. Ha! So we were both worried about the same thing, huh? Looks that way. If you ever have anything on your mind, please don't hesitate to tell me, and I'll do my best to help. Same here. You can lay your worries on me. I think we'll be spending a lot of time together. Well, we still have some work to do. I'm just gonna ask right now, do they set up a romance between these two? Or is it more just kind of will they, won't they? Or they just stay as buddies? Right, let's do our best at everything, no matter what, to help everyone. Oh, now the game begins for real. What the fuck? This is an Artonico track. What the fuck are you talking about? They must have been making, like, the Artonico games alongside this, because, like, Ayesha had a Tonico sounding ass track. Now this has an Artonico sounding ass track. Brother and sister dynamic. Oh, fair enough. Alright, but let's see our second intro, or proper intro. I like the first intro of this game a lot as well, even if it is a little loud. Monster design, Ryota. Ryota, make a puny, please. It's like no punies in the Dust Saga. Oh, I like this song though. I know it means this stream's probably going to get claimed, but I like the song. So yeah, it's showing the passing of the day in time and whatnot. Oh, that's the actress, the actor. Kenji Akabane. Who is that? Wait, go back. Who was that? She looked cool. The cowboy. Oh, that person looked kind of cute as well. That's Linker. I know that one. Still, this bit is so fucking Artonico. The fucking lyric bits. It's probably the same singer, and that's why it sounds like that so much. You now have free time. Yay! Once you finish your primary task and put it to Marion, you have free time until the period ends. During the free time, you can improve your relations with other party members. Try finding your team. Oh, okay, so that kind of spoils... It says, in relation with your other members, try finding your team, and the image is of Clone. That kind of spoils Clone's going to join the party eventually. Use the shortcut, will quickly show you where there's events. Okay, so yeah, this is standard from later games. The costume accessory added to dressing room. Oh, we got new glasses. Because you start with these ones, but we got these ones. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's cute. Oh, the uniform. Maid crown. Maiden veil. Oh goodness. Hairband. Pretty hair ornament, some with straw. Pub style? Oh, that's that one, right. That's kind of a cute uniform, actually. She looks like she's part of, like, the military. This one's still just like, are you fucking serious? Of course. I like this one a lot, but I'm biased. This one I like a lot as well. This looks fun. The red coat as well. It kind of gives me Fierce's version of Sophie vibes having the red coat. Oh, he has it as well. I hope we unlock more costumes for these peeps. Oh, let's have a look at these assignments. How far are we doing? Okay, one more synthesis. Purchase a book. Do 4 more fights, because that's halfway. Go to the old highway. Go to North Road. Gather materials on old highway. Get some synthesize some neutralizer R. She'll find the One Piece, yeah. And then once we do them, we'll get the ability to see what all these are. But I think I'm going to save, and I think that's a good place to stop it. We got the first assignment done, so when we start next time, we can start on like a softer foot of just kind of exploring, doing activities around town, you name it. So I know it's an earlier and shorter-ish stream, like we're barely under 3 hours, but I'm going to be busy all afternoon, even before work, so it just makes sense to wrap up now since we got a bit of objective done. First impression, pretty solid. I don't think this game has the same first hit the same way Ayesha did. Ayesha pulled me into it really well. But you know what I do kind of like? And it's funny because it's the opposite of what I liked about Ayesha, but I still like it. In Escha, I liked that the objective was loose. In this, I like that I know what I'm expected to do. So I actually have targets. I like that I know what I'm expected to do and know what I should be aiming for. I like Escha as a character a lot. She's just like Sparky Happy-Go-Lucky, sure, but it's nice to have Sparky Happy-Go-Lucky protagonists from time to time. Whilst Logy's the straight man to her comical act. But I digress. I am going to call it there, so let's go back to the title. Oh, can we access the bonus screen off the rip like we could before, or do we have to wait until we finish? Oh, no. Oh, no, we have to wait until we finish the game. Okay. Alright, well, I will call it there. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. It genuinely helps the channel grow. Additionally, in the description of every single video, you can find means of supporting me directly if you feel so desired through either Patreon or tips with PayPal. And you can also find me on my socials. You may notice Twitter is gone. I'll talk about it more in that update video, but I'm going to stop linking my Twitter. I'm still going to have it. It's just Twitter's such a toxic place, that, and I so rarely go there now. Like, I only ever really check it like every now and then for like artwork and shit, that it's just like... Nah, I'm on BlueSky most of the time, so you'll find it easier to find me on there. But regardless, you guys take care now. Peace.